Hello, chatto! It's Thursday, and coming up today on Outcasts 2 Icons, there are only 9 games remaining in the league, and we find ourselves 5 points clear of the pack. Still a gap over to Angers, but we don't care about them. The only plan today is get promoted, whatever it costs, provided it's within our budget. Fuck it. Why did I deviated from the idea, and it was a bad idea. Don't look back in Angers. I'm going to let Mason take it over from here. Run it. Thank you for the 27. Speak stream, Nana.
Oh boy. Strap in. X came into work, deliberately did shenanigans including speaking to me intentionally.
To you?
We spoke over text afterwards and agreed to try again, but she's playing games still. This triggered a stress attack and I spent Tuesday night in hospital with severe dehydration. Still #not dead and have custard creams to enjoy the stream. Smile.
On the plus side, custard creams. I'm sorry that you're going through that, man. That actually fucking sucks. But my best wishes to you and your custard cream massive. That sucks though, man. It really does. Niemand Legend, thank you very much for the follow as well. Oh. No, we're talking just some kind of public page with all the teams and players when the games are. Yeah, it's one of those things where, right, like, it's a test to see if something like this could even possibly be done, right? So I think for a trial run it ain't too bad, right? But yes, it is going to be this evening at 6 p.m. It will be varying from when it will be on. I don't believe it's going to be Thursday next week, for example. It'll be like one of the other days, so I'll have to let you know.
HVHVHVHVHVHVHB.
What's the word thing she could say? Well, to be fair, at least she finished with custard creams, right? You can't go wrong there. Of the choice of bourbon and custard cream, I'm very much a custard cream man, as you could probably guess. Don, thank you for the 100 bits, and Suspect, thank you for the 4 months.
Happy 4 months. I wanted to show some love to all the lovely people in the Discord who helped me improve my first tactic. Now I am in the final of the Conme Bowl Libertadores.
And now we have the first known evidence of people in Discord being helpful. I'm joking, of course. Discord's incredible, and Hadrian's been incredibly helpful with their helping people with databases and stuff over the little while. Good old Conme Bowl. Still doesn't believe we're playing an asymmetric strikeless. That's good. Let him continue to think that. It just so happens that we're playing Z in match 2. So he's going to find out pretty fucking fast. I had a little look at the VOD last night just to see if work out who we were playing in what order. Because I remember we were playing Luke first, but I couldn't remember like the strategy after that. But it is literally Luke, Z, Aaron, and then I've forgotten after that. But it goes Luke, Z, Aaron in our first 3. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock kickoff. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. I hope not ridiculously length of time, because that could sort of... If it goes on too long, it starts to lose its kind of... do you know what I mean? If you're there 6 hours, it's like... You want it to be like snappy in some ways. But I think it's because we're playing it inside draft mode, I believe. It's really going to help progress things faster, because it doesn't have all the FM stuff that's going on in the background most of the time. Draft mode is kind of just like a match engine and like 2 other things, basically. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is the... I need to get like a... I need to make a command for that. I might even do that right now. Because... Now that I actually have an answer for you. Yeah, so... 2048. Holy shit, you are deep in a save, my friend. We're trying to get them back to there at least. Let me just see. 6 p.m. where? Well, isn't that a question? Let me see. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just edit the... No, there's no transfers. That would be crazy. Think of how long that would take if we did transfers as well, right? What I might do is I'll edit the original command to just say 6 p.m. Because the other stuff is not really that useful anymore, because it's telling people what the draft pool is. But obviously we already know. We've already done the draft, so the draft pool at that point sort of loses its purpose. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it'll be quite late for some people, but... End of the title... Well, if I put it at the end of the title, people would already have to have been there in order to see the title, wouldn't they, I suppose? Starting like that.
Hello, Matto and Chato. How the devil are you?
Hello, Wanderer.
EFL fixtures release day in an hour. We'll see who Wickham will face. Also, it'll be amazing to see your pretty face twice in one day. Oh, the pasta is flowing. Also, holy shirt balls Leon in League 2. Mentalness.
Yeah.
Also, Mason, hope your custard cream tastes better than your time with your ex. Because custard creams will always be there for you.
I love that. Wanderer and Don are like yin and yang. We've got the empath and the actual empath. It's great. I love it. Yeah, our lineup is going to be Lima, then Lima, then Lima, and probably Tim Krul in goal. Maybe Joao Pedro if I'm feeling fruity. That's my plan. Brentford managed to ruminate. I mean, I still can't believe that they're going to do this. Just take Damien Duff instead, right? Surely. Players' names on the back. Yes, I have. Nyman. Sorry. Can you let me know if I'm saying it correctly? Is it Nymand or Niemand? I'm thinking there might be a Scandi influence there. But yes, I actually have. I have an MTK Budapest shirt that has Montiel on the back, which was a centre-back that we had on one of my saves 2 years ago. It is one of my favourite shirts of all time. What about Lima? You're right, I didn't mention, did I? Fuck. In that case, I've overshot it. No, Don, we appreciate the brevity that you bring, legitimately. Like, to be real with you for a second, you need that. I feel like it helps balance things, right? And Keiki, of course. Oh my god. Ready. Thank you. Suddenly my indigestion's gone as well. And that's incredible. Wow. I hope you're fantastic, my friend. How's it going? Lovely to have you in chat. And crazy, man. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind of you. For Patrick Line. No. I'm worried that he'll just get injured again, you know? Not yet. Maybe he could sign for the Rain City Bitch Pigeons. That's the backup plan, at least. Am I just going to pick the same lineup? Because we've got 9 games to do today in 3 hours. Although I suspect that what will end up happening is that if we play our cards right, we could get promoted sooner than that, which is great. Oh, you'd love to see it, Rennie. What brings you to our lovely abode today? As in, what has allowed you to be here today? What? Sorry, let me phrase that. Who said you could be here? Is that better? I think that covers the bases better. Let's... I'm going to leave Bright where... Actually, where is Bright? Oh, did he get suspended? Realise I'm doing all of this while not actually showing you the tactics screen. Just a day off work. No apocalypse then, eh? To be potentially relegated, unrelegated, and maybe re-relegated at the same time. Jesus Christ. They're basically being administratively waterboarded, right? Price is labelled. I think that they will wait for the CBA. I think everyone kind of wants to know what the CBA is going to be going for, but I don't think it's going to hold up much. It looks like it's going to be a case of rubber stamping a few things and changing some stuff. James, and
apparently
also caffeine
the
with
meaning
42.
Of life is watching Matt stream FM and chat. Who is our number 37? Is it Svenna?
I actually don't think it is, you know. Was it 3 out of 10? Yeah, balls it up halfway through, pass, bro. I was going so well as well, which makes it even more irksome, basically. Right, let's get this cracking. Also, I don't know if you saw, you probably didn't see this because my face cam was covering. The game now considers Mr. Binder to be our hot prospect. No, it's an entirely original thought, GT. No one's ever said that before. Yes, they have. Kavos' dad, Fat Kavos, Fat PK, Fat Pozuelo, and so on and so forth. Usually just any person and then fat in front of it. Was generally the gist. But now you've won me back over now. You know how to please a man. Piquet looks like Fat Matt. I'll take it. Norgo going to Arsenal. Is that actually happening? I saw rumours of that. Are Brentford okay, or is this just another part of the plan? I don't know, Draw. That's the thing. Because there's a lot of games that need to be played, and I just don't see how you fit, like, say, 10 matches into a reasonable... Because for those of you that watched Showdown back in the day, you'll remember how long those games used to take over the course of an evening, right? That's what worries me a little bit. Capital Arsenal. That one's so strange. I mean, I guess if he's just happy getting his money, then fine, but, like, he seemed like he was doing really well for... But I know it was only a loan, but still. Oh, wow. Like, it's... I mean, not far be it from me to wish good things upon Brentford, but I just do hate seeing teams just being picked apart season after season, and it just happens to be their turn for it. In this save, I wish I could explain it in simple numbers, but essentially it's a strikerless... Oh, hello. Wait, John Favreau's cooking. It's Briasco. Beautiful. I'll show you in a sec. As Everista, Briasco has put us in front against a relatively good team who are underperforming a lot. Basically, it's a strikerless system with a lot of asymmetry built into it because... when we first got to the first club in the save, we decided to make a tactic that used all of the best players in their best roles and positions, no matter who they were, and ended up in some absolute mess, basically. I did actually see that mirror, yeah. That's good. We needed that. Because if Bastia keep winning, then we need to keep winning. And this is not an easy game. It might look like a relatively easy one, but we've made really hard work of these, basically. And then like this, we actually play against Luke. I would say away from home, but obviously... Ooh, wow. Yeah, see, that's the problem with Shaz. We will get occasionally caught out with those back post crosses. I wish that there was a way that you could stop crosses and invite crosses on one side, but not the other. Just information you say as well. Absolutely you can, yeah. In fact, that download link that was just put in chat for you there is literally the latest version of this system. Unless you're on... Actually, you can do it on console too. You just have to recreate it. It's that. New database updates and something isn't working. So I found, Leafy, that the Lua databases like that are a bit... They're very slow because there's a lot of changes. And I find that unless you're really specifically wanting to stay in a set of leagues, you might find that it gets a bit squiffy after a while. It does feel like that, doesn't it? Basically, Criminal Bong, it feels like we're watching back highlights of a game that's already happened half the time in this league, and then I get angry in reverse. Like, Avivi George. Do you reckon he knows Fanini George? Oh, no, it's... Sorry, I just realised it's Avivi Gorge, which is even funny. They also happen to have Jafar Floranus. I didn't watch the game or anything, but I saw that Harvey Elliott scored the winner. Did he get 2 in that game, actually? That's pretty sick. Yeah, no, exactly, Quimbit. That's what I mean. It'd be so sick if I could say, hey, I'm happy to invite crosses down one side. Wait, they have Lenny Henry. Hang on a minute. Was this a guy that I changed the name of? No. Amazing. Now, I'm pretty certain I changed the player's name to Lenny Henry earlier in this save as a joke. This is not him. This is a guy who's just actually called that. Amazing. Free, yeah, all the Premier Inns. Sensational scenes. I'm going to clip that for later. I'm going to need that for a recap. Linville Scott is a great name for an agent too. What a team they've built here. A Hungarian goalkeeper with a Georgian surname. Jafar Floranus. Also, Bodan Maroj doesn't even sound particularly Portuguese either, because he's Ukrainian Portuguese, obviously. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. What a wonderful set of players they've got on their hands. Jafar Floranus. I mean, what more do you want? And then just Calvin Edmondson in the middle, who's probably on loan from City. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Quality hotel salesman as well. I guess we'll praise them since they're actually doing a thing. Silliness to show me. Oh, you know I hate silliness. Oh. Under 19 semi-pro Spanish team in the... What? Okay, how's that happened? Also, Levante, lol. Also, Oriol, lol. So, because it's a new save. Ah, is there a glitch? It just reminds me of when we did that random promotion database and you ended up getting that random under-19s team in Portugal or something. And they got into Europe or something crazy like that. Right. We're still really average in this game, which is the concerning thing. This has definitely got 1-1 written all over it, unfortunately. It's just not clicking at the moment. Oh, no. Right, that's fine. 5-4. Oh, for goodness sake. With any save you like. Although, what I would... Actually, I would say be careful what you do with the tactic. But from what I've heard, it's actually quite successful across the board, which is exciting. I'm going to move Vargas up. Get Elek Chowie on. Because Vargas can play that role. And that way we don't have to bring on someone else in that role. This feels like a Jordan for Bauer type of moment. And Boobs has struggled, so naturally it's time for our Pineda. Previously, oh, I see. Double stream. Yes, we double streaming today. So streaming till 2 in theory here, so a little bit shorter than normal, and then starting again at 6 tonight. That'll give me a chance to go and get the big shopping, grab some food, and then come back again, hopefully with a changed shirt. I didn't even get a chance to run this morning because I woke up a tiny bit too late and I had to do it was a 10K and I was like, I'm not going to get that in time to get back, have a shower and start stream. So I'll have to do that tomorrow morning or something. Which is actually working out okay, actually, because tomorrow I'm filming that video tomorrow, so that's going to require me to at least have had a shower first to look a little bit more presentable. Sure, we'll do that. I might match... I'm tempted to just try and, like, game manage this a little bit here. Just because the way things are... Fucking hell, man. I cannot bear us to start dropping points off the... Right, that's... No. What are you doing? Like, we just needed to get the dub over the line in a relatively... Oh, wow, that's a bold and, honestly, somewhat wasteful effort. Right, we'll get that down like that. Hopefully we can see out 4 minutes of time wasting now and just get this over the line. It's not a particularly good performance with us, but sometimes we just needed a couple of these to just bump us up a little bit. Yeah, I'll put the league VODs up. I was thinking about putting the draft up, but I honestly think that the draft is basically just you and I saying Conrad Lima for 2 hours. But I will put the league VOD, the actual VODs of the matches up there. Right. We didn't play that well, but we got the result. That's all we can ask for there. It's like, it's 1 down, 8 to go, and it moves us another step closer. Millennium, this is about to be heinous.
What a return to YouTube that was. Like Mr. Beast without all the allegations. Know this, I would sooner be cursed to spend eternity as a sentient fleshlight than go 3 months without another video, so think on.
There we go. And the heinousness delivered. Will you be pleased to know I'm filming another video tomorrow? It'll probably be out for the patrons on Monday and everyone else on Tuesday. It's only a scouting guide, but I have written a script to it where I wanted to make a scouting guide, but I also wanted to make one that was entertaining as well as informative. So I've tried to actually make it like an enjoyable watch, even if you're not going to use each of the tips. And I wanted to see if this translates to that style of content, basically. Yeah, we're going strikerless. We got to at that point. Hello, Fran. Yeah, 7 points off Angers. Title is probably a little bit beyond us. We gained a little bit of ground on them, obviously, but it's probably a bit of a tough stretch. Really, we just need Bastia to not... They have to basically get 6 more points than us over the next 8 games. Right? Tip one is get Conrad Lima. Yep. What happened to Tenerife? Unfortunately, and I say this is a weird way, we did so well in our last season at Tenerife that we bashed our way all the way to the Conference League final, where unfortunately we met into the unstoppable force that is Fulham Football Club, where they sadly screwed us out of a final win. I then had to resign my job as a result of us losing the final 3-2. It's the first time that's ever happened in a Outcast to Icons save. So we decided to take a little sojourn over to France now to go down to Sochaux. A positive shout? Chat, you know what happens with positive... What did he say about me? What, has Kevin been being nice? So unlike him. So basically, hang on, Rabanadas, we have like a player lookup functionality on the channel. I hope that's okay. It just allows us to keep moving. Now, admittedly, I realise there's a certain irony in me saying that, but today I actually do need to keep my foot down a little bit, particularly as we've got international break now. The advent of the Conference League in this type of save has definitely added an extra layer of peril that perhaps was not present prior, you know? Right, I'll whack a friendly in just to keep the momentum going. I say keep the momentum going as if we had a great deal of momentum. And that one, yes, quite a lot, Tooney. I am basically, it's because of the 4-month sabbatical, essentially. But I'm now back, which means that we will be seeing the recaps will catch up slowly because they're bigger chunks. So the next one will be 2.5 seasons in Portugal. That'll be slightly easier to make. But I'm just making a couple of other videos in the meantime because I wanted to not just be making recaps. I want to make content that, you know, fun content that I want to make and actually produce. It just takes a little bit longer now because I've committed to really putting more effort into the script writing and the editing of the videos, basically. FC Bart. I'm afraid I only recognise FC Bort. Come along, Bort. Change the viewer perspective. Yeah. That's interesting, actually. Huh. At some point, I assume at some point, I'll end up seeing Kev or talking to Kev at some point. I would like to talk about that kind of stuff because I find that sort of shit fascinating. But I think what it comes down to, honestly, and maybe this is me selling myself short slightly, but I think it's just consistency. Generally speaking, you know I'm going to be here on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and mostly Sundays at those times, almost without fail, and have been for the last 5 years, right? And I think there is something to be said for that. I think it helps to be consistent, to always know that I'm there. rather than the actual content quality. But I also think that since moving over to Outcasts to Icons, I've been able to, I don't know, just try stuff out a little bit, just enjoying myself, honestly. Shall we play in the league? Maybe. Depends if he's streaming it. Not everyone is actually streaming it, to be fair. So we'll have to sort of, like some games we won't be in group chats, in voice chats with people, even if they are streaming. Sometimes we'll be in both. Sometimes it'll be neither, you know? It's one of those things. Let's go over at some point. Yes. In fact, Lee, did you by any chance leave a comment on the recap video about this? Because someone did, and that actually is what provoked me to make this new video that I'm recording tomorrow. The script is done. I finished it yesterday. And all the other stuff is done. But it's because it's got a bit more production value, because I'm actually I'm filming outside. I'm using my wireless microphones and stuff a little bit more just to try to improve things like that. And it allows for more memes as well, which is never a bad thing. Good youth goalkeeper. Tim Fryer. Yeah, he's perfectionist, great. High professionalism. Reflex is amazing. One-on-one's great. Command of error is a little low, but that can come with time. Eccentricity low. Punching tendency low, which is actually all right. Although the rushing out tendency isn't great with the other stuff. But yes. And also for 16, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Yeah, I'll get on that, basically. Getting you some more geese, maybe? When I say going outside, I mean the garden and to my car. But I promise you, it's with context. I don't know if Diego Nascimento is even actually present in this anymore. Let me just give him a bit of a rundown. Unfortunately not. For his grass has died. No, it's growing back a little bit. There's some green shoots and leaves, Hadrian. You see, the clouds of my garden have parted. Like the cheeks of a very dry arse, and there is now grass sprouting through it. I'll have to refund your points for that one, Andrew. More towards short summary videos. I agree, which is part of the reason why I wanted to try to make that type of content. But I also, here's something I believe that potentially could matter more in the coming cycles of game. I wonder if people will start to crave authenticity, not a lack of authenticity, start to crave a more organic is probably not the word. We'll start to create content that you can tell the person has actually played the matches rather than simulated them. And I realize the simulated content does very, very well at the moment, but I do wonder if there's going to come a swing back the other way. And essentially, those recap videos that I do now are basically that, because they know that I've played all the games because we've watched them on stream, right? And I wonder if that actually might matter. One of the other things is I think with the rise of shorts content and TikTok and people like Robbo and Zims and stuff like that, that's brought an entirely different audience to the game, and that is fantastic. Because I think that there's so much ceiling for this game that is yet to be uncovered, and having content creators with a different voice in this space is really, really good for that exact thing because of the cross-pollination potential of the two. Yeah, players can grow. I, for the longest time, believed that they couldn't, but they apparently can, and I have seen it happen. You're at most going to see 2 inches. Something I say to Pog quite frequently. So you just don't get that in my YouTube content. Harry Redknapp star. I can't help myself. I make the jokes so you don't have to. And I'm the inappropriate one, yes. And that should tell you everything. It's great. Oh, totally. Like, to give you an idea, I had a random YouTube short blow up this week, and the amount of followers I've gained on Twitch... to be fair, I have been publishing shorts content on every platform for the last, 8 days, and it's really helped. Obviously, the video did well, but to give you an idea, I've gained more subs on YouTube in the last 6 days than I have in the last 4 months. It's almost like uploading content. Actually matters to that. Hello, Mogo. Yes, they do. Paul showed me that they have FM for their kits this year, which is kind of cool. Ooh. You just bowled me a fastball right down the middle of the plate, and I've just knocked it into the sea, basically. Can't really go wrong with that. To be fair, Ian, for a while it kind of didn't, which is part of the problem. I think as well, I just kind of lost my passion for content entirely. But seeing the way that people reacted to that recap video with me being away for a little bit made me go, actually, people do care about this stuff, and I think I still have a place in this community as a content creator. And it just kind of reignited my spark that I think I completely lost after Premier League years. Helped too. Well, see, someone else mentioned this to me, Johnston. I was not aware of that until 5 minutes ago. So as it happens, no. Although potentially people were sent over from him, perhaps, but I didn't notice any spikes. But that might just be because it was lost in the additional spike. So then patches on shot. Oh, really? I take it, you know Sai, right? Sai Maggio does loads of football shirts content. It's really good. So if you're not already checking out Si's content, especially on Instagram, I think, do. It's great. TikTok, I find, will often bump your first video through the roof if it's got any kind of quality to it. Because literally the very first TikTok I posted, I didn't promote the TikTok anywhere, and it did like 100k, and I was like, what? And it wasn't even that good. It was literally just a Twitch clip. Mr. the Vids, no, there was literally like a 4-month gap. There was the recap from Cardiff, which was, I believe, late February, because I finished editing it the day that we did the Civilization stream. Because I was absolutely knackered, and then Z went, hi, would you like to stream Civil evening? And then literally there was that, basically, and there's some brief short stuff in between. So, also chat, I am so fucking hyped for tonight. Like, in the past when we've done these competitions, I have been quite anxious and nervous about them a lot of the time, because it's just a lot of spinning plates. But I'm just really looking forward to a fun evening of playing Football Manager with some people that I really, really like already, and some people I'm not familiar with and therefore hope to like very much soon, you know? So you've done the video, 470,000. If we're talking about YouTube, 470,000. That was my agent video with Aaron Walker, which just did... I think basically I'd accidentally tapped into... is that a team? There's an entire team of them. Things you'll love to see. 2 steps away. Oh, great. Cheers, Suspect. Thanks for that. Derek, thank you very much for the 16 months as well. Worried about your team. Hey, let him worry about his own team, right? Let him worry. Like, stay in your lane, Mr. Zealand. I'm worried about it too. I'll be honest, right? If we're bad, right? That's still part of the fun. Someone has to come bottom. And if that's me, that's me. Do you remember how I used to do in the most recent showdowns that we did? I was like Mr. Elimination Game. I think Matt even called me that once. Yeah, the fact they've got no... They do have a guy called Pep, though, if that helps. Strikers, damn right we are. I think we'll surprise a few people. Because I think one of the things I always do... One of the things I always do, and it always catches people out, is the really specific niche players that are really useful only in a very specific role that I intend to use them in, that otherwise would be ignored. You could say that I'm moneyballing it, chat. I'm finding gaps in the market where others do not believe they exist. I've signed Scott Hatterberg, you see. He shaves his head. I could never agree to anything like that. It's the only thing I've got. Like him with anything else. He was very expensive, wasn't he? Decent for Shadow Striker. No, he's not quick enough. Unfortunately. Joao Pedro is... The worst thing about Joao Pedro is that he's not quite good enough, but he's close to being good enough. Demo confused a lot of people. Have they looked at him? Yeah, Joao Pedro was an auto pick. So he's unfortunately not... He's a guy I'll throw on if I absolutely have to. Nope, I haven't given it a test drive at all because I actually couldn't even remember the squad. I'm just going in blind because I think it's more fun that way. I'll leave that for the time being. Oh, Bright's got a cap for Nigeria. What is your contract at? Really? I didn't put that in there? Amazing. Look at me go. Yeah, Aaron's squad did pretty well. Or it looks pretty good. Did he have Mbappe, though? He wasn't particularly impressed with that. Salah got an Egypt cap as well. That's got to have a cap clause, doesn't it? Do you know what? I'm really... Oh, well, no, he did have a clause. It's just that it already triggered. So that's still active. Unfortunately, here's a fun fact. Active relegations clauses stay active even if you get promoted, as far as I'm aware. Which is really fun. I think we had something like that happen in Tenerife. Which agent video was that, Schuber? At the moment, I'm working on a scouting video. Which I'm filming tomorrow. I am going to do another agent video. Lucas a sub day. Who's Luke's sub? Oh, so that means we're playing Luke's sub first. Interesting. There could potentially be a day where I'm busy as well, so you may be seeing the lovely face of Maggio. Yeah, I am going to do another agent video. I just want to... Basically, I'm just trying to get my wheels spinning again as far as content goes, and that comment on the video just inspired me to go, you know what, fuck it. I've found loads of scouting tricks that we've done since we made that video. Let's fucking talk about it, kind of thing. And at the time, I was like, that'd be quite a quick video you can do, and then I decided to overthink it massively and make a really complicated video. I'm good, Hazard. How are you, man? The one versus chat. Yeah, that would be quite fun, actually. JME, thank you for the follow.
It's good you came in summer.
Let's
in
do
winter,
that.
it can get very depressing.
These must be some of the lower league. I actually can't wait for this summer because we get the lower league French players. That is going to be vibes. In fact, hello, I think I might have just found one already. I know we did technically look for some. I mean, there's Dubois. I think we'll find better. Or I'm expecting us to find better anyway. Once we get the extra leagues loaded, because I don't know how many it will add. I'm not sure how many different divisions there are at the 4th tier level in France and how many clubs are in each one. But it should be a good amount of players. Johansson. Still quite a lot of minimals in here, actually. Which makes sense. A guy, Greek xylophone. Hang on, there's a guy here at Circle Bruges who's rated at A+. Yeah, we're getting there. We're up to sort of your Sweden, Slovakia, Serbia, which means there's going to be some beautiful players in here. A lot of B teams. Yeah, that was the problem a little bit in Spain as well. 4 divisions of 20 teams? Because Spain is 5 divisions of 18, so 90 clubs. But the great thing about Spain, and this is one of the things I talk about in the video, is that even if you've already got the league switched on, because 25 teams get promoted into that division every year, which is mad, it's like a tiki-taka Hunger Games, you get a constant churn of it. And I think I just heard Pog shut the door as well. Imagine, I don't really know much about him, honestly. Well, how am I supposed to drink my coffee? I'm strawless, chat. 18 or 20. Either way, it's going to be a good amount of clubs for us, right? Actually, I'm going to just do a little horror Bishop Ultra here, because Taylor did do that while I shirk this coffee so that the bodies don't have to hear me gluggling this one in a minute. So back in a sec, chat. You know what to do. What's my button?
Like you did. I get through here and then I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I get through here and then I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, goodness sake, and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
Chat, there are some players in this report, man. Which I almost think I'm not going to be able to give them enough attention. He might be a little expensive for us, but I tell you what, reserved, fairly professional, which means he's probably on the higher side of professional. 18 years old, but 4.1 million is a lot. But he's 100% a guy we shortlist if he's trying to push his way out. But like there is some, like this guy here, for example, he's 21 years old. Fucking hell, if he was faster, man. Thank you, Bob. I've got it in my big cup. Don't buy players, but let the sport director buy them instead. No. However, if you are into that kind of sort of stuff... Oh, no, that's more the opposite, actually, where Clates is the sporting director. I haven't tried it myself, no. Or have I? It was actually quite a big vein of content at one point. It was quite a common thing you'd see. But no, I've never tried it myself. Mostly because I would say my favourite thing in FM, and the thing that I would say of all the elements of the game that I am the best at, is scouting. So by removing that, I would be sad, honestly. Hey, this guy was at PSG. Came through at Viborg. You're right, Pog. Just waving off the side of the camera. Yeah, the thing is, he's at 21. He's really solid. But remember, we've got Pog coming in the summer as well. I think we want to be focusing on... Oh, he's 20, though. Go on, Daniel. Be good. Oh. Unflappable resilient. Now, what does that mean for professionalism? He's like... If he was 20... Sorry, if he was like 18 and the potential wasn't so iffy... I guess you're right, actually. Except that I ignore my sporting director. That's not true, actually. I think I actually listen to chat more than you would notice. Sometimes I just like to argue with them occasionally. On the striker, this is a striker, so let's have a little look. So, obviously, since we're not signing strikers, it's tough to say. But generally speaking, I find that acceleration, pace, composure, finishing is important, but I feel like it's not as important. Like, you still want it. Agility is also really nice too. But acceleration, pace, composure. If I had to pick 3, it would be those 3, basically. And I'm kind of prioritizing those same things for our shadow strikers were we to... Actually, let me have another look at you. Professional. He's just not quick enough, unfortunately. 11 pace is never going to be fast enough for... We want to be really looking at minimum 14. 13 at a push if they're young enough. But ideally 15. Yes, Pog, sorry. What's up?
I rang my dad.
Yeah?
The bloke I rang for the house to sort it out. We might have a bathroom.
Might have a bathroom, good.
We might not.
Well, you're going to need one of them eventually.
Yeah, but not when we go, not by the time we go down.
What? Well, how are we going to...
We have to borrow Christopher and Rebecca's.
Where do they live?
Not that far.
Yeah, but you don't...
What can we
You need
do?
to piss in the middle of the night. Oh, I'll just go Chris and Rebecca's.
What can we do?
don't know. Plan better, I guess. Like, I don't know. That's... No, well, no, I know, but that's... Off the ball is quite important too. Yeah, training with attacking movement is probably what you want to be doing. Let's see. This guy is... That bloody piss poltergeist is... The pistergeist is back. He's quite good. Ah, he's 23. God damn it, man. Holding a sledgehammer. Just off screen, dangling over my head. This guy... He's like... He's one of those players that's like quite well rounded. Something about him I don't trust. And I also think he'd cost really, really lots. Guys like this would just cost you so much money. Yeah, he's kind of like, hey, I'll do a little bit, but not in that great. This guy here, though, from Zemplin. We're indeed glorious. Well, I mean, yes. Hang on, Matej Moravec. Ooh. He's quite alright. Considering the club, I don't tend to see a lot of players of this kind of quality from Zemplin. He's got the pace, and he's only 17. And he can pass, and he's got reasonable work rate, and he can cross. One marking, one tackling is fine. He's a winger. Although it's nice when our winger in this tactic does have good tackling, but it's not like a requirement. Oh. Right move to continue to develop. Okay, fine. We shortlist you for later. Wait, where's he gone? Oh, there was a guy sneaking off the top of the list. Positioning. That's irrelevant. He's a winger. Again, these are defensive attributes. A winger's positioning is literally a defensive attribute. Need to wait for 18. Yeah, most likely. Plus, I give him a chance to develop a little bit more. And it'd be super cheap. Mark Mulcahy. God, Shamrock. Oh, he's 21 again, though. Shamrock have produced some great talent in this save, admittedly. I just wanted another player. Do you remember Dave Mulcahy from the... I already looked at him, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. From the Treaty United save. Khalifa Kuraogo. Defensive attributes. Basically, the most important mental I find for defensive attributes is positioning. Like, if you actually look at it here, read a defensive situation, position themselves accordingly. If you're thinking of attacking positioning, that's off the ball. That's essentially the attacking equivalent of that. The game doesn't do a very good job at explaining that, so I admitted I could totally see where confusion there would come from. 4,000 to 1. Do you know what? I think once you go past 1,000 to 1, it's all the same to me, isn't it? Like, Maxwell Yusuf, realist. He's not even that bad. For 300k. Makoko to FC Copenhagen. I like that. They seem like the kind of club. That's a good move. I like that for players when they go to places like FCK. If he has like reasonable, never mind. Ah, new contract. Will... Fuck's he gone? Why is it now sorted it by... God, I love it. Oh, hang on. This guy's rated as A+. I want to see why, especially as he's cheap. He probably won't join us, but my God, you got to look, right? Yeah, I see why, actually. 17. Professional personality. Great well-roundedness. Acknowledge. It kind of just goes, eh. I really should be discarding them rather than acknowledging them, but Shiny V2... do you know what? Actually, no, he's not got the work rate for that. I think he's a kind of... he's a blank slate player, and he's 6'4". He's the kind of guy that you can make him whatever you like. I don't think he'd sign for us anyway, though. No. He's a CM automatic, yeah. But we do use a CM, and it'd be nice to... Wait, did I just... Good Lord, this screen annoys me. Christian Romic. He's actually like a... Wow, he's 16. Adaptability in red. It's not ideal, but I don't focus too much on adaptability unless they're coming from a really long way away. But that might just be entirely apocryphal. I worry about his, like... fickle personality would be a tough one to shake. Yeah, if you're coming from South America, I find it weirdly, African players with low adaptability I'm usually fine with. It's South American players that seem to struggle and want to go home a lot more often. I don't know why. It could be because it's slightly further away geographically. Vujovic. Ooh. Lucas kind of... He does have a lot of cons. And I must admit, he's actually not great. think we need to try that idea that we had last stream about the left-back spot where we train a DLP box-to-box player in that role instead. That might be our best bet. Racketioi, thank you for the follow. Ingo Vestorp, just a random Dutch dude here at Trevenish Vesta. Useless. Remember, though, our left-back never crosses the ball because he's not that kind of role, so I couldn't... Like, for left-backs, I don't care what their crossing is because they're not going to be crossing the ball anyway. I want them to be good at passing, ideally. And ideally a long shot on them as well, actually. I've got Manic, which is how I feel sometimes. 19, goodish work rate. He's a bit more like that. He's like the Belgian dude, but actually slightly more well-rounded, although he is 2 years his senior as well. So that factors in. Who are you? He's not got bad minerals. If you were looking for a striker, although the problem is, injury-prone, dark injury-prone, mercenary, competitive streak. He's an angry, injured mercenary. Like Lewis Kelly. Do you know what? Maybe. Like, that's the type of... Was there another guy from Gemplin? Gydos. Why does the name Gydos ring a bell to me? Is that like a character in something? He's 20. Like, just to clarify, I won't say no to an incredible 22-year-old or 20-year-old. They just have to be a lot better to justify the lack of development time they're going to get with me. Like, this guy, his attributes are a lie, and he hates big matches. David Bayan, who's a Filipino-German playing for Lech Poznan. So he's just gained extra points just because of that. Oh my god. That's not a bad shout, actually, Red Leicester, if you're in that situation. Yeah. Filipino-German is very cool. Where did he come through? Nuremberg. Sick. Got solid physicals. Already 22. Yeah, that's the thing. How has he only got 9 caps for the Philippines? It definitely put him... Oh, this guy's 23, but he could still be insane if he's a DLP as well. Oh. Outspoken Norwegian mercenary, hates big matches. Right. I talk about this a lot in the video, but this is the thing. I don't care about a player's consistency when they're 17 years old, because generally speaking, it will improve, even if it's dark red, right? This guy is 23 and still has very, very dark red consistency. These are the players you avoid. These guys right here are literal, like nuclear hazard sign players. Avoid that. He's not adaptable. He hates big matches with a passion. Yeah. This guy is absolutely useless. Jelena. I want to get through this little spell of the 23-year-old guys, because unless they're absolutely goated, he's okay. He's a little bit cheaper, I suppose. South Sudan. Ooh. We actually... Was it us or was it someone that sent me a screenshot of someone who had like an Asian nationality and South Sudanese, which was really cool. Slobodan Dukic. He's only 19, but he would require a lot of moulding, and I don't trust that he's going to have the PA for it. Macau, South Sudanese guy, that's the one. Yes, it was Steve, of course. We've got Uwe Lucky here, the goalkeeper, but again, we don't need a keeper right now. He's not bad, but again, low consistency at 23 and I feel like having a high competitive streak on a goalkeeper is basically meaningless. I wonder if that can actually work in your favour. That would be an interesting test, actually. Does high competitive streak, i.e. high dirtiness, on a goalkeeper affect their performances in matches? Because usually all high competitive streak does is it causes players to put two-footed tackles in on people and get sent off. Goalkeepers literally don't do that in the match engine. So I wonder what effect it has on their overall performances. I wonder if there's some like marginal gains that can be had that it actually helps them, perhaps. I would like to test that, honestly. Might be a fun little mini video. Or even just a short, honestly. Uwe Lucky was, yeah, he was the left back we had at Syrenes. It would be funny if I test that out and all of a sudden all my goalkeepers are just two-footing people left and right. That, I just don't think I see that often on goalkeepers. You're too short. Not too short. You're just too not very good. I just want to make sure I always look at their profile each time, just in case, because sometimes the scouts will get a bit wrong. Like, he's better than that, I think, but still not convinced by him. He's only 17, though. Kane Breslin, amazing name. Fairly professional, not bad. Jamie Roche. He lacks the pace and a lot of cons there. Diomedes Kobo, we've looked at before, haven't we? No, I've only ever seen my favourite goalkeeper yellow card in FM was... Oh, you're at Trevenish as well. Yeah, I just think these guys... Oh, this is the xylophone guy you're on about, Leonardo. He's like a much worse Thiago Enrique. He hates big matches, and he's South American. Although, if he was coming from the xylophones, maybe he... Oh, it's Cyprus. Yeah, you don't see those guys that often. Because that's definitely not a club I'm scouting. Okay, that was actually kind of not very fruitful. But that's why we do this, right? Being able to look through them at a quick glance. And I think it helps that I'm quite good... I'm not good at that many things, but I'm quite good at pattern recognition. And you can apply a lot of that to FM when it comes to scouting. Like... I'm not saying that that Binder guy that we've signed is going to be a world-class player or anything, but he is now considered our hot prospect, and I feel like normally I would have glossed over players like that, but there's something about the combination of the attributes that he had at the age profile that made me think that he's the kind of guy that could actually become an incredible CM for us later down the line, and his name is Binder, which I've got to admit did sway him more in my favour, I've got to say, right? For some reason it seems that if you hover over during half time, you can do it for the rest of the match. Really? Okay, Birch, you've got to remind me in the Road as fuck game, because I want to try that out, because I'm missing being able to do this. How do I feel to know Oceanian boys? Okay. I think you can do it. But I realise that does obviously add a lot of players to the scout report, doesn't it? And if you're obviously triaging I mean, the best thing is to just, like, not scout them, but, you know, you could do this if you go condition club is based in, and then scroll to the bottom, regions, Oceania, not in. That's probably how I would do it. Should you want to do such a thing. It could potentially exclude Australian players, even though technically they're kind of Asia. How many does that hide? It only hides like 16 dudes. But that's how I'd go about doing it. Personally, I would just ignore them. But like, if you are that desperate to not have them in there, then that's what you would add, basically. I love some of these filters, man. They're incredible. Because the video is basically split up into two different categories. One is really simple shit you can do, i.e. DOF reports, because apparently I've never focused on that in the first video, and the Premier League released players lists that come out on July 1st. Not just Premier League, but you remember in Belgium when we signed like Cam Bragg, Will Jenkins-Davies, all those guys, Riley Owen as well, all released by Premier League sides that I, to my chagrin, basically said to chat, there's no way these guys are ever going to even come on trial here. And chat, someone in chat, I can't remember who it was, so forgive me, was like, no, I promise you, this will work. And it did. And I was an idiot. So, yeah, do try that out. Even in the Belgian third tier, we found guys that were willing to sign for us there. And it's so goddamn good. And I reckon it would work in other leagues as well. American Samoa national team. Oh, you know I love Pago Youth. Team coming up. That's true. Was it really? Yeah, it was a genius bit of play, and I completely been pronounced like that. Probably not, but the man's, it's almost certainly pronounced Binder. But come on, if your name's Binder, I'm good. Basically, I try to pronounce names as correct as is possible, unless their name is something funny in English, in which case I will obviously run it into the ground. That's my usual rule. Yeah, Oriola, I think, was one of those guys as well, actually. It's really, really good if you're in the lower leagues. You'd be surprised at how effective it actually is. So, would definitely give that a go. Those two things. And then the three methods I talk about in Next Gen Christmas. The three methods I talk about supplementary to that revolve the play around search is obviously Natty Caps, 20 is plenty, shout out son of a quiche, and the lower league Spanish and French scouting, which I want to see if it works in France this summer, because that's going to be fantastic. And I also did the update to the team report scouting. Can anyone remember, was it Jimmy or Jiminy that came up with that genius trick that we use in the team report scouting? This might be a deep cut. Also, Jimmy or Jiminy, if you see this, please do remind me, because I want to make sure I credit you properly. This thing here that allows us to do it through here was goated. Incredible piece of engineering. Right, what do you reckon then? I reckon someone Tenerife. I'm going to go Spain Tenerife. It's boring, I realise, but there's so many of them. There's bound to be one of them. Sweden Malmö. Okay. I see you. Speaking of Besiktas actually won the Turkish Superliga in this save for the first time in like 15 years. So there's that. Oh. Well, it was Spain, but it wasn't Tenerife. Wait, we have a player on the list? Whoa, hang on a minute. That makes sense, I guess. He was playing a lot in Egypt, wasn't he? Shazly is number... Oh, The legend of the Shaz monster still grows. That does make sense, actually. The Saudi Gentili is a great one. That's actually a really nice little... that just rolls nicely. So Fernando is the best guy. Obviously, these guys are not scoutable by us, really. Oh, hang on. Let me just do that. Sorry about that, Super Frank. Just censored it for bimbo. Noxy Twitch, thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a lovely day. Rapid Vienna. Really? Speaking of Spain, speaking of Austria, I checked because I was looking for some more weird FM stuff yesterday morning, right? Before I started writing the script again. There's Sturm Graz, they got relegated from the top flight in this league. They are still in the second tier and are not even looking like they're going to get promoted out of it. They are in huge amounts of debt and in real trouble in Austria. So there's a story there somewhere. Exterberia in there as well. There's a Swiss dude. Andy Tournier. Wait, did he come through at Zamora? Wow! This is what I mean. This is literally one of those players. Andy Tournier came through at Zamora, who are a 4th tier side in Spain. Pogon, of all places, in Poland, nabbed him out for 145k, and now he plays for Hertha Berlin. And now look at him. Wonder Kid from the Spanish 4th tier. Yeah, we didn't even spot this guy. Incredible. They were the one, Ewan. They were supposed to be the one. Unfortunately, we had to join the Sith because we got to the Conference League final with Tenerife and lost to Fulham, of all fucking teams. It was depressing as fuck. So we decided that we were going to do the same thing we did with Tenerife, basically, where we took a step down to a 2nd tier team and brought them up. Although the brought them up bit hasn't actually happened. But the Denver, is he? I would like to find some good. I think I've got a couple of Swiss teams in the scouting, but it's obviously tough with Swiss teams because they do produce world-class talent occasionally, but you often have to pay for it, especially if they're at like a Basel. So I ignored Basel. I think I did like Servette and a couple of others, which we should be getting to soon, actually, because we're up to S, aren't we? Alessio Torniolo. Okay. There's a guy... Ah, he's on loan. Shit, I got excited there. Obviously, Shasley. Marcus Trout, brilliant name. Giuseppe Palmitessa, there he is. The highest-rated Tenerife player is Luis Sochaux. He's got 2 Spain caps! No shot! In my defense, Hamburger, we did have an international break and an enormous scouting report. Like, these are those things. Yeah, so he's actually got 2 caps for Spain already. Oh, watch them be fake caps. Oh no, against Hungary. Made his debut against Hungary in literally 2 days ago. Or 3 days ago, rather. Yep, started on that game and then played against North Macedonia as well. Love to fucking see it. Still funny. That's pretty much the norm, I would say, generally speaking. I'm not known for getting through games particularly quickly. Because there's other things that you see along the way, right? Sometimes it's about the journey rather than the destination, I say. Brent Castro. He's on loan from Liverpool. From LA. Boring. Rodrigo Suarez. Go on, be from somewhere interesting, Rodrigo. Ventura. Yeah. Love to see it. Oh, yeah, 100%. The reason he's on there... Oh, there's Albin. He is 100% the one that got away. Loanable. Summer, perhaps? Try and loan Albin Johansson in from Liverpool? He probably would say no. The reason he's only 19 is because, remember, when I found him, he was 16 years old, and I've never seen a player that was as good as that at 16. His attributes were wild. Brad Pearson, Feyenoord player, born in Aston, PA. Do they have a villa there? Renato Martins. Then we've also got Gary Hart on loan from Chelsea, obviously. Is there any players that we can realistically... Casapia, they're 2nd tier. He's on loan. Of course he fucking is. Anyone that we can actually realistically go up to? Pavle Basic. There we go. No, he's on loan from Milan. Shitting hell. Craig Donald. One that could get Man United. Right. He's going to be a... Oh, my life. Where did I scout him? When he was at Cardiff, maybe? Yeah, he's going to be an absolute menace in the future. Ahmed Ike on loan from Brighton. That's cool. Oh, there's Mbala. Is he, like, cooking a little bit? No, he's still not playing for Tenerife. Christ on a bike, lads. Please use him. I swear to God, don't waste that guy. There's Ney. Fans go absolutely horse screaming his name. Who's he wanted by? Nice. Okay. He's a bit expensive, but might be worth a scout at least. Asie Uate. Oh, he's on loan from PSG. Right, you can't be on loan from somewhere. No, you're not. Right, there we go. Lubomir Stakov on loan from Dinamo Plovdiv. My camera's even shat the bed there. Love to see it. Handle staff hiring for youth teams? No. Generally speaking, I try to delegate as much as I can in things that I don't believe are going to have direct control. So that's one of the few things I will like just hand off, just because it's one less thing to worry about. We've got Jeff Chilvers from Brampton, Ontario. You're in the wrong sport, Sonny Jim. Uke Karichi. Actually, wait a minute. Sorry. Just to clarify, he's a bit ridiculous, isn't he? I like him. Europe PSG. Europe Paderborn. You're on loan. God, is everyone on this list on loan? Paul Steenhuimer. Yeah, he's a bit good. Victor Bjork. No, he's on loan as well. Hearts dude. On loan from Villa. Christ on a bike. Wait, really? The Swedish-Tunisian dude. Or the Tunisian-Swedish dude that we signed just on a whim. Wow, what about Inter? Jesus Christ, he was just a complete blind punt. Who's this? Speaking of Swiss men. Oh. And he's at Cervetta, which means we'd have probably found this guy in a couple of weeks anyway. Holy shit. Like, I don't think he'll sign for us. But, if he will, I'd be willing to potentially bet the farm on him. 15 pace at 18, 14 acceleration, high agility. The tent poles look absolutely... But in the summer, the problem is I reckon if we wait... Let's just see. I reckon he'll probably say no. A loan move. Okay. I think that means we're likely to be able to sign this guy in the summer if we can get promoted. Because I'd potentially... He's the kind of guy that I reckon we could build that team around. Because he's only 18 and he's got the physicals already. And frankly, he seems to have a lot of the technicals already. And the fact that he's got 2 Swiss caps at 18... Switzerland's not exactly a dirge of players as far as the national team goes. Right, holy shit. What's his name again? Tristan Barnetche. Even his name's kind of cool. Alright, let's shortlist you. Wants to be promoted. He is, oh my god. So okay, that is exciting, man. I'll never Tenerife. Wait. That's not even one I signed, I don't think. I'm pretty certain I don't remember signing him. There's a guy from Falkirk here as well. The Trinquillo Barnetta, yes. Guy from Vitória de Guimarães, who actually does play for them at least, but he's wanted by Porto. We'll scout him anyway. Marcelo, Emre Can. Oh, hello. It feels like we haven't seen as many South Americans on this list as normal. Sorry, forgive me. I realised I missed a couple of messages in chat. Yeah, the reason that my next gen list looks like this is because the skin creator, Saz, in his latest version of the skin, which is this obviously, he changed some of the features for things like that just to make it look even better, and boy does it. These are all players I'm willing to say goodbye to, particularly as it will save us, like, particularly with him, a shitload of cash. Was he transfer list? So I didn't even really focus on him. I want to make sure we play more than one game in the next hour. He's fast. Pogon have actually... I'm sorry if I'm saying their name incorrectly as well, by the way. They've been cooking a little bit in this save. This isn't the first time we've focused on them. Didn't we sign Obst from Pogon as well? And I swear they've had a couple of other players that are a little bit, like, scary good too. Yeah, so Saz, as much as he said, McDowell, that he wasn't going to do that, he ended up making a new version of the skin because of the delay, and it actually has a load of cool shit in it that you would definitely want to take a look at. Yeah, should we just prioritize scouting on, well, you for a start. Probably him as well, actually. The rest I'm not particularly bothered about. Those two especially. I've just realised Kate Winslet's playing in the background. It's fine. We'll bring him out of retirement for FN25. FN26 if there is one. Mentoring month in review. Oh, okay. Could be worse. I mean, not trying to get it, but it could be worse. Elek Chow is making good development. Is Pursuit in Polish. I love that. Tell you what, he's actually starting to look like he's still only 18. It feels like we get like a crazy good Moroccan at each of these clubs now, and I'm loving it. We had Bilal at the last club, and now we've got Elek Chow, who's great. Yeah, I decided to turn off the filter we were using in the scouting thingy because I realised that at this stage we may as well just be scouting everybody anyway. I know that it makes it harder to look through and we end up finding a lot of players we can't realistically sign, but I think that because our reputation and expectations are so dynamic at the moment and are constantly adjusting in a kind of fluid manner upwards, I don't want to accidentally rule anybody out, basically. Selling Patrick in the summer. I've Forgive me, I've actually already forgotten who Patrick is. Oh, Abubakar. Yes, I'd like to. Obviously, it would require someone to buy him from us, but it's kind of silly that I did the same thing again. Like, when he signed for us the first time around, it was obviously, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me kind of thing, right? Fool me the third time, and, well, who knows? Nistrup. Need to extend those guys. Rebuild. Ooh. That's really impressive, actually. I mean, my favourite, honestly, of all the leagues I've managed in so far is Hungary. It's just so... It's like the Wild West, although in this case almost the Wild sort of Central East. But still, it's great fun. The Hungarian league is an absolute free-for-all, and I think I've had some of the most fun I've ever had in FM without changing anything, pretty much, with Hungary. Although we did make one change, but that was to make it harder, actually. So it does not exist. Does every country just have a city that doesn't exist, like Bielefeld? Starting to think that now, right? That's what I was thinking of, Gucci, yeah. Least favourite league. Is it boring if I say England? It's just that England is both too hard and too easy at the same time. And what I mean by that is that the rules are actually annoyingly restrictive and prevent you from having really lots of fun with the signings. But then you also have so much money that you could still win. Like, that's... Norway is a pain in the arse as well, even though I love it, because of their squad registration rules.
Shame on you.
Don, thank you for the 100 bits.
Twice. Shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Shame on Stream Nana, and if you fool me 4 times, you get a free toaster.
Is it twinned with bathtub? Depending on a rule where you have to have 4 Hungarians in your starting 11. It'll probably be good for Hungary football going forward, but it's bad for me. And what I would like to say to the Hungarian FA is, why aren't you thinking of your boy? Wage cap under 60... Under 60k? Jesus Christ. I was, this is a bit of a weird one. I don't know if any of you guys have listened to the latest episode of Sweeper. They were talking about Santi Cazorla and obviously the Real Oviedo thing. And they were talking about how he, when he moved to the club, he wanted to play for nothing. And they said, you're not allowed to. And then he asked his agent, right, what's the lowest? Then he ended up on 91,000 euros a year. And then the Sweeper guys were like, well, that's quite a step from 0 to 91 grand. But I was sat there in the background going, no, but you don't understand. The minimum wage in the Spanish second tier is literally £2,600 a week. Spain wages, chap. I learned. I was sat there like, yes, I knew a thing. It's probably different in the second tier, but you get my point. Belgium might be changing their rules, to be fair. South Africa, I have one experience with South Africa and it wasn't fun. However, that doesn't mean it can't be. We probably should do a check on the proper one. Oh, well, it's the wrong one, isn't it? I'm so excited to do the French and Spanish scouting in the summer. It's going to be goated. Team report new. Oviedo match. I'm happy for them. I would have been happy either way, honestly, because both Oviedo and Mirandes both like are cool stories, right? Germany's pretty... Do you know what? It's been such a long time since I've managed in Germany. The last time I managed there was Heidenheim, and that was only very brief. Serbia's certainly cooking. To an absolutely unbelievable level here, because these are all players that are 18 or under as well. This guy's 15. There's also a Swedish dude here. Surprisingly few Swedes, unless we've only just started Sweden. Build a nation in. Hungary, Poland... Honestly, it's Hungary, Poland, and then, like, fucking anybody else. I'm so hyped to do Poland again. Bright is back, but he still can't play the role, can he? Broma Poikana, you'd expect to see... Well, you always see guys from Broma Poikana. It's better in these types of saves. Czechia... I don't know what the rules are like in Czechia, to be fair. Same with, like, Romania. I actually haven't looked close enough to their rules to know if they are good for it or not. But if you're going to change the rules, then you can do any country you like, right? I think I still have to trust Booby. But it does worry me a little bit. But I think we're still doing okay. Bright definitely on the bench, though, instead of probably Nastrup, right? Why do I keep calling him that? He's not Dutch. Best connect. Really? Jesus Christ. Coming off the field. That, to be fair, should be a rule already, right? Time wasting is so irritating. Portugal. Portugal's really fun. The great thing about Portugal, I don't know if this rule still exists, the Brazilian players, especially, counted as Portuguese, basically. That was the rule when we were at Unial. I think we were still able to do lots of cool stuff when we were at Le Shoinge. But Portugal's really good fun. I really enjoy managing in Portugal because you can actually get a lot of progress really, really fast And then you come up against the brick wall, which is Porto, Benfica, and Sporting. Specifically Benfica at the moment in this save. Home run rules. Yeah, Romania's one of those ones that's always sort of in that group, but they actually have quite difficult rules. Max 3 non-EU in the matchday squad. That would be really tough for a building a nation to do max non-EU. Can't help it. I'm not ashamed of it. Hungarian nationality. I actually don't know. Oh, wait, isn't it 5 years no matter what? Yes, I saw that they're going to be a team from the Azores. Because Santa Clara are the Azores, right? Love that. Okay. Angers have already won. So it's basically just us against the world, pretty much. I'm also wondering if this whole lower league Spanish thing that we're doing, if this works in France as well, I'd be willing to bet that it also works if you turn on Serie C or Serie D, if you're mid-save, and potentially might work as well in potentially the third tier of Portugal as well, because there is at least 2 leagues at that level. And it won't be quite as, like, fluid. Obviously, it wouldn't work in Germany, because the regional leagues don't really work like that. As Nikolic is through! Bang! Damien doing bits. That's superb. Lovely, lovely start. This man, as much as I am going to miss him next season, because there's no way we can get him back, Denmark, I don't think... Basically, the reason that that little trick works is because of the number of teams at that level, the churn at that level, and the youth rating of the nation. So the reason it works in Spain so well is because there are 90 teams at that level of the pyramid in 5 divisions, and 25 teams get relegated and promoted each season. So there's so much churn that the game has to keep producing players to keep up. That's why Spain, I would say, is always going to be the most powerful. France, I reckon, should be okay, though, because I believe there's 4 tiers at that level. So we'll find out. Right, come on, booby. Here we go. Briasco. Second goal now, and all of a sudden we're cooking. Briasco. It's Bauer, and it's 2. Inside 10. Wow, okay, what a start. The trick, basically, we found that turning on one of these divisions in the middle of a save, when you're like a few seasons in, forces the game to basically do the add players to playable teams thing. But because you're a few seasons in, it can't just use the database, so it has to basically add loads of regens. And because of the youth rating of these nations, you end up with some inflated quality talent. So in Spain, I mean, we don't know the numbers for sure, but with Tenerife, we found probably 20 to 25 guys that had 5-star PA. Now, obviously, some of that is based on the level we were at, but a lot of them held that, and a few of them have now gone into be getting like Spain caps. Although, at least Sochaux actually came through our academy, to be fair. Right, this is actually a good performance from us for once. We actually look kind of goated for once. A couple of quick wins here could really start to gap everybody else. Well, not everybody else. The guys behind us. Alvarado, that's not going to be a penalty, but it might be as Favreau. Oh, it is going to be a penalty. Okay. 6 p.m. tonight. I don't know if it would work in default database. No, England. The reason England wouldn't be good is because there's not enough leagues. So, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So it's not about the youth rating of the league specifically, it's about the number of teams at that level. So England, if you were, for example, to turn on the 5th tier, you get 24 teams. Whereas in Spain, if you turn on the 4th tier, you get 90 teams. That's a huge difference. Try the realism mod. I did not, no. I tend to find that most of the things that claim to improve the game tend not to improve the game. And by that, I don't mean things like skins and like face pack stuff, because that is just more of a quality of life stuff. I find that the things that like mess with the match engine, I've yet to see anything that makes it look better than it currently does. And by look, I mean feel, right? But yeah, it should work in default saves too. If anything, you probably... Bear in mind, the Spain database we're using in this save is the default database. We didn't need any Timo stuff for this one, because obviously it's part of the game already. Oh, should have been 3. Is Kazakhstan fun? Oh, I've never tried it. I have no idea what the rules are like in Kazakhstan. She makes the AI develop youth players. How does it do that? In what way does it... Hang on. Are we talking about the realism mod? Because how could that make the AI develop youth players? Like, I'm not sure what it could possibly be changing that would allow that to happen. But again, I'm not familiar with it. What you're looking for is a nation with a high youth rating and a lot of separate leagues at a regional level. So Spain works really well with it. I think it will be probably the most... the 4th tier. That's basically what happened in this one. But remember, we had the league switch on to playable, so it might not work if you're just loading the players themselves, but what we did is we had the top 3 leagues in Spain loaded, but then when we got there, this was all by accident, by the way, we realised that... You're right, what am I doing? Why am I stopping the game there? For some reason, I got confused and thought the game was flashing up a thing about a player being injured. And I don't know why I thought that. Thank you for that. When it gets actually developed. But I'm struggling to work out what the mod is changing that forces that to happen. Because as far as I know, surely it's just a database file, right? I do love an early sub. It's not quite the 13th minute, though. But yeah, so we turned on... Ah, shit. Sorry, Birch. Let's just have a little look, see if it works today. Nah, not today. Yep, I'd say Siri Chi probably works. You're right, Pog. You okay? Sure. There we go. Yeah, so we did it by accident because the reason we turned on the 4th tier in Spain was because we wanted to keep an eye on our B team,
You know if there's a
who are in the 4th tier. But when we did that, all of a sudden our scout reports started getting flooded with players from those divisions, and I thought, fuck it, let's just go and scout those guys specifically, and then, well, look what happened, right? Susa! Thank you very much for the follow. We're 3-0 up now. It's nice. We're finally looking good in the game. That's the thing. It's a shame that Siri D would probably work better than Siri Chi. I don't know if you can turn on 4th tier in Portugal. I don't think we've got that in the database. Because I had a look in Germany to see if there was any lower leagues we could turn. Oh, we can! Really? Fuck it. Definitely do that then. I wanted to sort of prove a point, because obviously if it works in Spain, it's certainly worthwhile putting in the video, but I wanted to see if it would work if it works in France as well. Plus, this is a good time to do on Portugal, because then we could do both, because Portugal would just get triggered at the same time. We had to wait a full year for Spain to come, for France to come on because of the time at which we did it, unfortunately. Let's get Wamba in. I'll just make my normal subs, I think. Get a Saji in as well. Just give these guys a little run out. I agree. Yes, because I've already written the script, but basically I'm trying to keep things like brief but entertaining at the same time. So, oh yeah, I mean, we've signed players out of lower league Portugal in the past, but I suspect this would just sort of encourage more of them to exist. Is it in the game? That's weird that that's in the game, but yet Germany isn't. Is that just because the regional leagues at that level are an absolute joke? Like a complete mess of like administrative stuff? Because I thought, oh, maybe I'll try it for Germany, and there just wasn't anything there. Hey, look, it's that exact same back pass goal again. That's really plagued us this season, specifically. Super weird. It's always either the inverted wingback, or in this case, it's actually the CM, in fairness, playing these weird back passes that never reach the target. So strange. Players as possible. I mean, you could do that, but bear in mind, again, it's not about the fact that they're lower leagues. It's about that there is an enormous quantity of players down there. I think Hadrian probably can do a TLDR of the exact reason it's happening, but it isn't as simple as basically just saying, I'll turn on, like, the English 5th tier and that will create loads of good players, because you will get a couple out of it, but not in the same way. Gus, thank you very much for the 20 months. Are we about to get another goal? Go
20
on,
months of increasing average streams. In all seriousness, thank you for being here and making the content you do. I am grateful to have found this community, especially during some of my worst mental days. Getting better though, and seeing you being able to get the help you need has been wonderful, and I wish you nothing but the best.
I was about to start singing Adele there, so you're lucky. But it feels like we've kind of grown together and got better together, and I like that. I feel like we've been able to work through some shit as a group, and people come, people go, but there's always going to be that there, as we were hopefully going to get a 4th goal of the game, and we do, as Pineda slots another one in there. But yeah, I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you for the 20 months. Your guys still plugging away, by the way, goalkeeping the crap out of life. Desire, thank you very much for the follow, or Desire. Basically, it's activating clubs which don't have enough players, less than 5 to 10, FN then generates regions to fill those gaps. For the young lads, it just generates based on the nation's youth rating. No pecking order like on intake day. Right, I see. That's right, that's the thing I was missing as far as context. To be fair, in the video, I don't even really need to explain why it's happening, just simply that it is and you can benefit from it, I suppose. It's annoying that Bastia are actually still winning despite going down to 10 men. Didn't we notice something like this happened in Belgium once as well? When I turned on... Ah, no, that was during... when I was doing the alternative caps videos, I noticed that turning on Belgium midway through it was generating loads of players with second nationality from like Dr. Congo. Legal around Tropical Island. There aren't that many of them, really. Could be cracked for Poland. Oh, it could. The downside is that we'd have to switch everything on in order to make that happen, but faster computer could likely cause that to be... I suppose Tenerife, yeah. Yeah, so it's not just about loading the players. You'd actually have to load the teams in order for that to happen. You need to actually actively tell the game to produce the players. Bahamas, not really, no, just because it would be really difficult for content in places like that. We've done like one-off streams in like Guam and stuff, which was kind of fun. Did Nancy won again, rather, yeah. It's basically just us, Bastia or Nancy for that position. But, yes, I actually used that exact database, Sven, I think. Or rather, an earlier version of that on my 2018 Poland save. Someone sent me this ridiculously detailed Poland database that took forever to actually load initially into the save. But once you loaded it, it was absolutely fine. But the setup bit took like half an hour for some reason because it was so detailed. It was brilliant. The work that, and it wasn't like one of these ones that was on a fan site. It was sent to me by like someone from a Polish FM community. Brilliant. It's one of the sort of content creator privileges. People send you shit like that you just wouldn't otherwise have access to. Which is cool. Turn oh yeah, you're right, D4. Before I forget, right? Hello, John. Let's have a little gander. I didn't even know you could do this. Let's just have a look at... Because I don't think we can turn on anymore in Italy, can we? I think Italy's capped. Oh no, there is another one. We can turn on Serie D. Would Italy Serie D also be beneficial, Hadrian, potentially? I don't want to go any lower than that. Do I not have Portugal 3 on? I thought I did. Yeah, I've got Portugal 3 on. So we'll turn Portugal 4 on. We'll turn... Amateur proper contract. They'd still be on proper contracts, I would say. So we'll turn Serie D on. But after that, you kind of... I mean, Belgium we've already got switched on quite a low way down. Yeah, there isn't really any others I think would be beneficial for us for this test. In all honesty. There's a couple we can... Basically, some of the reasons I've got like top flights and Cyprus on is simply to keep an eye on Patreon players and stuff. And I can't turn any lower down on France. Yeah. This would be a sort of proof of concept. A lot of the leagues I've got switched on still are for context more than anything else. Belgium tier 4. I don't think I can. I don't think I have access to Belgium tier 4. Basically, we're testing a theory, Smudge, to do with the way that the game is producing youth players and is adding players mid-save. We know it worked with Spain, but I'm testing a theory for a video. All those leagues on. Bear in mind, we're adding like 3 extra leagues. It's going to be almost imperceptible, the difference. When you consider how many players we've got running already, it's basically going to be... You won't notice the difference. Netherlands tier 3 and tier 4 aren't in the base game, unfortunately. Football games you wish you were at. As much as I would like to say things like Fulham's playoff final victory over Aston Villa, honestly, the semi-final against Derby County. I think if you do PC specs, Hedgehog, you'll actually get them. I didn't realise I had this command until the other day, but apparently I do. It might not be up to date, but I haven't changed anything for quite some time. Besides, exactly. Any extra processing, your boy can yap over it. Bulgarian third tier. I don't think the Bulgarian third tier is going to help us in this scenario. Because the youth rating's not high enough, and also I don't think we've got that available to be switched on anyway. They can't... To be fair, them not being promoted isn't actually the issue. Because it's not about promotional relegation, it's about the production of players. I don't think I can go down any further in France. I'm pretty certain I'm maxed out on France as well, even though that's where we are. Yeah, I can't go to the 5th tier in France. Like, full of ever since. Did it really? Was that because you got rid of a lot of, like, dead wood and stuff? How's it going, Archer? Lovely to see you, friend. You joined us at a good time. We're closing in on promotion. Right, Croatia. Basically, this is the criteria. Big league, massive youth rating, loads of levels at that level. Loads of teams at that level. Croatia simply doesn't meet those requirements. Basically, it can only really work in, like, the main 5 leagues, and it can't work in England or Germany because they don't have enough different divisions at those levels. And also, I've already got Croatia turned on. Why has Nikolic been put as a CM? It's Garth Crooks doing the team of the week. Amazing. That's bizarre. Oh, you were doing bits, Andrew. Hilariously, since you've left Kulm, they're now top of the Zweite Bundesliga as well. Which is just fun to me. And presumably you've gone to Porto to not win a title, because obviously their division is usually pretty dominated by Benfica. They got relegated. Yeah, Kuln have been in the second tier for... Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, no, they did get relegated. Other rules. We have lots of rules, yes. So basically, it's an Outcast to Icon save, which essentially means that we're trying to win the Champions League with every single European league switched on, including loads from custom databases, starting at the very bottom of European football with no coaching badges. We have to try and win the Champions League with a team that's never been in any European final. If a team reaches a European final during the save, they are also off the list, which means that the number of teams dwindles throughout the save. In addition, if we reach a European final and lose it, we then have to resign as well. Obviously, if you win it, you get to keep your job, because that'd be unfair otherwise. But, yeah, that's basically the gist of it. We're on to our, I think this is our 6th club now. We lost the Conference League final with Tenerife, and as a result, we had to leave all the work that we'd done there and drop down to the French 2nd Division. And you bring Sven's mates with you. Those are the rules, yeah. It's just a way of spicing up your Journeyman type saves, right? If you've got the... feels much better. Good to know, man. That's awesome. We've turned Portugal on. We've got access to the Portugal 4th tier, so we've switched that on as well. So we're going to be doing Portugal, Italy, and France in this summer. And if it works in all of those as well, then it's definitely a completely confirmed trick. Like, you can say it's cheesy if you want. That's fine. Is it 7th club? Mariska, Cardiff, Serraing, the Showinge, Tenerife. You're right. 7th club. Fair play. That's quite a lot of clubs, actually. Holy shit. Yeah, I think Serie D is going to be very interesting. Sochaux Levante. Never heard of them. Who? Nah. Ignore Sestri. I can't ignore a club that doesn't exist. What are you talking about? They're the Italian Bielefeld. There is about to be, Queenie. I'm actually working on that video at the moment. I'm filming it tomorrow. We just wanted to confirm it on our larger scale before I went ahead and put it in. I mean, we know it works because it works so well in Spain, but I wanted to make sure it's not a one-off and actually get the methodology nailed down. Yeah, they're an Italian club. Good old Levante. Managerial profile is getting there. Like, we still haven't got our Continental Pro license, but it did also take us 8 years to get our first coaching badge at all. Bear in mind, the video isn't just going to be about that. I wanted to like combine all the new scouting tricks that we've sort of found and come up with over the past sort of 18 months into one big video. There's also a section in the video about like team building philosophy, because I know a lot of people struggle with that, like bridging the gap between a team that's like mid-table and becoming an elite European side, because they often fall into that sort of Sisyphean trap of trying to sign their way to first team success with like marginal growth. Whereas I just find that never works. It's like, instead of pushing a rock up a hill, you're pushing a regista, you know? And also a section about what to look for, which I know is going to be massively controversial just because it's an opinion. But, you know what, fuck it, I don't really care at this point. There's certain things I look for in players when I'm trying to sign them. I'm going to talk about it. It's just things like hidden attributes and how to identify them, basically. Literally, they're the Italian Accrington Stanley. Italianton Stanley. Whatever Stanley is in Italian. Speaking of Italy in no way whatsoever, new jet lag last night. Haven't had a chance to watch that yet, though. We're very excited. Pog and I were still finishing off the third Tag EU one, which might have been why I was thinking about Italy. Oh, Drax have just sacked their manager. Get in there. I think he's been there for a while there as that chap, actually. It is so good, isn't it? Let me just quickly check in here. I don't think we've got that many more players on it. I just love the way that it works, man. Oh, here we go. Brahma Poikana. Dardan Karapici. Oh, actually, had un momento por favors. 14 pace, 14 acceleration, 13 finishing. Albanian Swede, 16 as well, resolute. I mean, I like him. I don't think I'd want to sign him immediately, but I do like him. And, little interesting, there's a guy called Maros Kish. This guy's called Maros Kiss. I like him as well. We will kiss. What else we got? Naturally, he has to be the youngest player on the list. Of course he does. The game's just like, no, you're going to say that out loud, aren't you? Some good players there, though. On the stream. Yes, the Tom Scott one was the first one Pog and I watched. Yeah, I saw that as well, Daz. Probably not going to get a chance to watch, because Pog finished work quite late last night. So we didn't get a chance to really watch much other than an episode of Jet Lag. But I'm all about the Ben and Adam. Although I do like it. Sam only seems to win when he's with Toby. Which is not bad, because Pog and I love Toby. Per Carlson. There's some players in this. I like this dude just because of his, like, Dardan Karapici is an amazing name. Is he Swedish or Albanian? First nationality. Swedish currently. Born in Södermalm. It's the physicals. That's the thing that's making me... In case you're wondering, the thing I'm valuing about him more, that you might... Why is he so much better? It's the fact that he's got more developed physicals at the age profile that he is, and he's good on both feet. Now, the pros and cons are going to be important, but... Snake and London, that would be cool, actually. Be sweaty as fuck, no matter what time of year, but that would be pretty cool. Oh no, with those kind of... Well, that's the great thing about that tournament, is I'm not going to have to worry about scouting anything. It's just, you go in, you go play games, right? If anything, I'll be the fast ones. I watch on YouTube, just because I can't afford any more subscriptions at this moment in time. And I'm more than happy to wait and give them some ad revenue that way instead. Because it's just elite quality content. It just tickles the right part of my brain. Oh. Pog and I are probably going to end up watching a lot of it at the weekend. Probably Friday night and Saturday night, because Saturday's going to be fun, because I'm taking Pog to the big B&M, because she wants to get some stuff for the garden, some nice lights and a new cabinet and things like that. Going to go to town, get a coffee, grab a pizza off the pizza van. Just a good chill day. It's I'm sort of accumulating days off in lieu right now. I keep going, oh, I should have a day off today, but actually no, I'm going to work because I just really want to. And the way I'm looking at it is at some point I'm going to need those days off when I burn myself out a little bit, so... But I also like trying to strike while the iron's hot, and right now the iron is fucking flaming hot as far as my motivation and stuff, so I'm just working through it right now. It's great. Oh, Legend Hadrian, that's fantastic. I can reincorporate that into the script. Goosepace's water feature is definitely a potential as well. That's not in a B&M, obviously. That's at the local garden centre. It does sound like it's going to be a great one. Do you know what, chap? Yesterday morning, because Pog started work quite late yesterday, because she was obviously finishing late, and because I had very specific tasks to accomplish yesterday, I was like, right, I can definitely get this done in this time frame. Pog and I went for a coffee before work, and all of a sudden I felt like I was in the Gilmore Girls. No idea how they ever found time to do all that sort of stuff, but they did. And now I understand it. I'm not sure which one I am. One time I have a burger van at the B&M. Christ, don't tell Pog, Terry. She'll be asking me to take her there next. Go on, nice early goal. That could have been a pet. Oh, sure. Oh, Paddy, please. Oh, Christ, that bike, man. Ooh, Bastia versus Nancy. Yeah, a nice draw there would be great. A draw would be good because it drops the maximum amount of points. But best case, like better scenario, that really is a Nancy win. Because if we win and Nancy win, then we would go... We'd almost be like one hand on it. 100% Lorelei. Thank you. I'll take it. We're actually really good, Middleton. We've won both games so far today. Which I realise we've only done 2 games in an hour and a half. Not ideal. But we're going to push on now. The league is looking solid for us to... If we win a 3rd straight game here, I think it starts to look very, very good indeed for us. Particularly as we're actually starting to click a little bit more now. Oh, what a pass. Come on. Whip it across. This has got another Nikolic goal over it. I'm feeling a Nikolic goal. Paddy... Oh my god, Paddy scored. He's offside, isn't he? Of course he is. He's put it in the net. It must be offside. Yep. Youth and Take was really fun, even though the Youth and Take was crap. I got to the end of that stream, and I went, oh my god, why are there so many viewers? Like, the viewer numbers for the last, 2 weeks have been absolutely off the charts, and I don't know why. Jeezy! Thank you very much for the brand new tier 1. That's so kind of you, man. And things like that keep happening. Thank you so much. That's really, really nice. Hopefully we'll get a promotion today. We're playing well, but we are missing those sort of chances. It feels like this team is slightly bigger than it was before as well. Like, we're winning a lot of the aerial battles in midfield. Which either means that they've got short boys. That's a really nice pass. Oh, no. Oh, he's missed it. Come on. You'll have to see it. Yeah, I'm just not sure why. You know, it's hard to pin things down. Stephen, thank you so much for the prime as well. I've only just realised that. I was calling you McDowell the entire time. Although I do quite like that as a name. Just as a first name. Just really mix it up a little bit, you know? The league nuts, maybe, but... I mean, if it has, then brilliant, because I'm genuinely excited. 100% actually excited about it. As in this week, Jeezy. That's interesting. How did you actually come across it? I'm just curious, because this has been happening a lot this week. I always like to figure out how people found it, just so that way I can try to replicate it some way. McDowell Michael, exactly. We're number 71. Game's a good one. Oh, hang on. Are we going to score one of these ourselves? That should be a red, honestly. But it's not going to be. But to me, there's no way that he's... Like... He's not made an attempt to play the ball there. He's just pulled him over. Right, come on. Who's our penalties taker? I can never... Is it Nikolic? It is. Come on. Fucking hell. So basically, he's just got away with one there. That has to be more than that. Wait, it doesn't matter. There we go. Claude Latalamio gets us a goal. Love to see it. We get the lead anyway, albeit in... That's not the first time that's happened, actually. It wasn't a good pen, was it? No. As a short... Ah! Interesting. Do you remember what short it was? Because I had one short that went absolutely crazy this week out of nowhere, and I don't even know why. I wonder if it's because the word transfer and FM was in the title of it. Because it wasn't even particularly interesting. It was the one where I was telling about the Paraguayan player that we sold back to Olympia for £8 million 30 days after he joined us. Any broken tactics? Oh my god, hang on, sorry, I just had a crash. Oh, you okay? Oh. Oh. You okay? Sorry, I heard crashing. Okay. Sorry, I was just hoovering with a nuclear weapon. Nothing major there. Oh, the Wickham one! Wanderer, you're getting called out there, buddy. As a pure broken tactics, there are some tactics that are, like, overpowered. I wouldn't say pure broken. The one that won the FIFA E World Cup's pretty powerful, and that one that Jack used during FIFA E was pretty powerful, but I wouldn't say they're, like, box-level broken, or, like, what 3 strikers used to be. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't know. I play mad shit that, generally speaking, doesn't work. Also, speaking of things not working, Bastia, 2-0 down at home against Nancy. They got one back. This could be a big moment for us right now. Ixan used, I believe so, yes. To the point where that tactic is, like, banned from the event we're doing tonight. But the one that Jack had was pretty powerful as well. And, I mean, let's be honest. Aaron and I's tactics certainly weren't bad either, considering we got to the Champions League final in Season 3 with Dinamo Zagreb. Henry the Hoover with the uranium inside. Basically, she was just smashing stuff, and I was like, oh, Christ. She had her headphones on, so she couldn't even hear the thing she was knocking over. I was like, oh, God, it was just literally the coffee table. I'm amazed Kev got first pick. No, you're not. No one's amazed Kev got first pick. It's just what happens. Right, then. Is it Briasco that takes off for kicks? I actually forget. Oh, it's a sitcom in it. We're just missing a laugh to try. Oh, it's Jordan. That keeper's given him a lot of room for him to glaze it off the crossbar. Yeah, so we have to use the default corner instructions and set pieces. So basically all set pieces are banned, because otherwise it would just be like... Can you remember how many goals Coates got for Jack during FIFA E? It was an obscene amount. I love it. It just plays into the Kevin Chapman storylines. I thought it was an obscene amount, wasn't it? FIFA E was very fun because I think it showed off some of the ways that the game could be exploited. And honestly, as long as everyone's doing it and are all aware of it, I think it actually became quite fun because of the way that people were so in... There was a lot of ingenuity in the way that people were manipulating the game, almost like speedrunners do, right? I think it was... That alone was fascinating for me as a player, watching the different strategies that we could come up with. The shit that we would never get to do in normal saves, because why would you do that, right? But actually getting to pull those tricks off, oh, for God's sake. Hey, look, Sochaux are back. Yep. Amazing. Yeah, no one was, I think. It's just because they knew that that was the plan, basically. Everyone was going to be doing stuff like that. I think, in a way, it was good because people got to try stuff out. And, oh, please no. The debt question. Yeah, exactly. I loved when I did the press conference and they were asking me about why we'd played... I think it was We Want This in that cup game, and we actually won it as well. It was brilliant. The press conferences really did add a lot to it. It's easy. Some of the most fun I had last year was doing FIFA 8. It was such a great vibe up there. Not just like competing in it, but just all the stuff around it. Come on, let's get the dub. Shit. It's one of us that left behind. Exactly. Oh, Christ. What's going on? Oh, no. Goalkeeper. Oh. Stands as a crazy tactic. Even better. I cannot wait to play against him. A left back that bothers to run. Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? Who's playing a left back right now for us? It's Alexandra. He's a little tired, but that is still embarrassing from him. We're going to lose this game. Something has happened. I don't know what they've done, but they're all of a sudden just absolutely dominating us. There we go. Can I even replace the left back at this point? Fuck it. At this point, I just want someone other than him on the pitch. Because Cariello at least can run. And he might give us more of an attacking threat. Briasco, go on. Oh, it's a great pass. It's Osaji! Yes, come on! It's 2-1 to Sochaux. Bright Osaji does it again off the bench. Once this guy finally learns the goddamn role, he is going to be absolutely lethal when I can finally start him in games. Brilliant. The patience from Briasco. This extra touch there to wait. Slides it through, and Osaji is just so... Oh. Exclamation mark tactics, Jeezy. Or tactic, I think it is. That will get you the download for the latest version of this, which is the exact one I'm playing. We haven't yet made our next potential tweak, which is a slight tweak to the inverted wingback. I swear to God, if we can see the corner goal straight afterwards. Oh, for God's sake. Bogey point for me. Not really, no. It's been such a long time since we've done PvP. Also, PvP is so random. Like, after all that, they immediately go and score again anyway. I mean, luckily, the other results are going our way as well. So we're still actually at the moment on a net gain. But still not ideal. I say net gain. There is still a chance that we could lose this game. Because this is FM after all. Well played, Sebastian. I feel like if anyone's going to pull us out of this mire here, it's going to be someone like Jordan. He's just the kind of guy that just grabs us by the scruff of the neck and does bits. It doesn't help that Bubakar's still on the pit. Oh, slide him in! Oh, he was in. Wait, there's still a runner here. Cariello. Back for Briasco. Here we go. Whip it across. It's a Bubakar. Drop it off to somebody. He's going to shoot, isn't he? Oh, what a chance for Jordan. Wait, how was he offside? Yeah, the back just aren't really running. It's just one of these games where your players decide not to run, unfortunately. We've conceded about as many as you'd expect. We just haven't been able to put them away. I mean, as it is, the other game... We're still... No, we've actually not come out of it with any kind of gains. Because Nancy have now gone above them. So the gap remains 5. That was a big chance for us to go 7 points clear and probably be in a pretty unsurmountable position. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. It's like, basically, they weren't playing to their attributes in that game. And this is one of the things that things like big matches and consistency can affect. They just randomly won't play well, for whatever reason. Like, there's no reason why they should be running that slowly when they have full stamina, etc., etc. They just do sometimes. And there's not a lot you can really do about it. I'm actually surprised we went back in front. The good thing, though, is we've got a goal difference advantage over Nancy as well. And I think that's the tiebreaker, but I want to make sure. Because it essentially means they need to still outperform us by 6 points. But that's still frustrating because it could have been more. Pay increase for you, that's fine. I'm pretty certain it's goal difference, but you never know. Yeah, so it is goal difference. That's fine. So we've got that advantage, and they're not really likely to catch that, either of them, unless we really shit the bed, in which case it'll be on points anyway. Yeah, imagine if it was games 1 again. That's fine. So, games 1, of course it can. Do we play either Nancy or Bastia in our run-in? Yes, we play Nancy. And it's away. Oh my God, our last 3 games in the league are away from home. And 4 of our last 6. This is not over yet. Are we still the best team statistically in the league? Yes, we are. They're both kind of as good as each other, these two, really. I'm still not concerned. We're just picking up points at a steady rate. We've got Red Star at home next. The next few matches are, oh my God, Briasco and Favre are both out as well. It could be tough. My hope is that Angers are already long promoted by that point and are on the beach. I don't know if you can really be on the beach in FM, but it does feel like that does happen. So, it's not great. Winning that game would have made me feel a lot more confident, because then that would have been a really tough one to overcome. Like, if we go 7 points clear with 6 matches to go and a better goal difference, that would have been nigh on impossible to change. That's not too dissimilar from what I'm playing. I mean, I'd love to know how he came up with this. Because how new to the game is Stans? I'm not familiar with his game. I don't know how close to the beach Angers is, to be fair. Did that say Curtis Jones for the Drax job? That'd be kind of sick, actually. Traore. We just did this, buddy. You turned down the loan, then said you were happy to stay, and now you want to leave again. Alright. Silly man. Likes management games. That makes sense, to be fair. Which means he's probably got more of a leg up, actually, I would say, in the game than, say, a massive football fan who doesn't like that type of game. Because I feel like FM has way more in common with strategy games than it does with, say, FC. Terry, it's going to be glorious. Like, the fact that Pog is actually joining us in the summer. Now, obviously, I'd rather sign Mr. Switzerland. That would be the... If we sign Mr. Switzerland, he's the kind of guy that's going to win us something one day, potentially. I hope. Starts tanking for a higher draft pick. He just really wants to sign Gavin McKenna next season. Rebru. We must be getting pretty close to Switzerland, which is actually kind of funny because that means that we would have basically discovered that Swiss guy in like 3 weeks' time anyway. But hey, I guess extra time, right? Hour and a half drive to the beach is not... in some countries, that'd be like, fuck all. But in England, that's like, my God. That's a good way away, actually. Not to learn meta things. Yeah, that's... I mean, I'm not going to pretend I don't do meta things, because obviously a lot of what I'm doing is essentially manipulating the meta, but in a fun way. Because it's fun for me. Like, we're still doing some pretty meta things inside this tactic, but at least it's not like... I don't like to min-max everything. There's certain things I like to min-max and certain things I just prefer to have fun with, right? Yeah, I haven't played FC since before Christmas. Oh, literally, there it is, Servetta. Actually, wait, it's under 19s. He wouldn't have even shown up in it, would he? Because this guy's probably a first-team player. Yeah. So, in actuality, we probably wouldn't have found that guy. So it's just as well he was on the next-gen list, actually. Looked like Lamio's making some good progress. Ah, he's not, though, because he might be a good sack. A max min. I'm all about the max min. Who are these guys? Oh, these guys are players that were released from top flight French sides. I did that, you know, that little news article that comes through. I trialed a couple of them. As you can see, they're all gash, but we expect that. Oh, poor man. Just retire already, Manu. Come on, you're 36 now. Alan St. Min-Max. Oh, 2 games in a week? Oi, France, where'd you get off on that? Question for Ligue 1. Is it also going to start early like Ligue 2 does, to the point where we get even less fixture congestion because we've got less games to play? Oh, no, we did scout their first team. Okay, so we would have found him, presumably, right? Unless he's in, like, their under-21 squad. Oh, now he's wanted, man. Who by? Let me guess, PSG?
Do you know if there's a train coming anytime soon?
Oh, yes, very soon.
There's no way we're going to be able to get this guy, are we? Look, consistent, adaptable, fairly professional. Okay, slightly injury prone. Sweet Christ, he's good. Look at the technicals. He's actually better than I thought he was. And I thought he was fucking great. Hasn't scored a lot, considering how many games he's played in the Super League. But still. Aiden Reese, thank you for the follow. Right. Do you know what? We'll do our damnedest to try and sign him in the summer, but I suspect he probably ends up going to Villa. That does worry me a little bit, but honestly, I couldn't care less about that at this point. His attributes are so good. I honestly don't even care. The Prem wages will be... The only thing that could maybe help is if he has the right personality, he might choose playing time over Prem wages, because there ain't no way he's starting for Villa. Not yet. And I'm wondering if we can just give him star player squad status or something that might win him over. But we can't do anything yet until we're promoted. That's the downside of this. But if we don't get him, then we get Pog. Like, I'll give him all the game. I'm willing to do with him what I do with Incube. Or, sorry, what I did with Incube, where we just leverage the farm on him. Whole team meeting? Absolutely not. We have a guy called Caddy? Oh, it's Martin Equa. Love to see it. And European competitions. Yeah, we're at the stage now where we should have some pretty comprehensive fixtures. Barca PSG, Bayern Milan. Wow, this is the first like non-English semi-final we've had in a while, which I appreciate. That's good. Also, Guga, top scorer in there as well. For Shrek 2. I'd have let them keep finishing that, thinking that, honestly. So I don't think that's any real changes there. It's the other two where there's bound to be some fun stuff. Hoffenheim, Fulham. The guy out there that doing the Monaco, no, I guess, actually, he couldn't be doing a Monaco or a Valencia Outcast to Icon save, but I think he's about to lose it either way. Fulham still have a real player as well. Milosevic. Oh, yeah, this guy was an absolute pain in the arse, wasn't he? He scored against us in the final last year. The Muralad. Yeah. The problem is, Keen, that because we don't... Even if we got promoted straight away, they would still not consider us to be promoted because FM's weird like that. Tenerife only managed to come 17th in the group stage. And then beat Roma. That's not bad. Wouldn't it be funny if they... Oh, it would have been so funny if they'd lost to Fulham again here. So, but no, they didn't. We could have a look at the Champions League phase table, see how Mura got on, actually. Mura didn't even qualify for it, which means that they must have been... To be fair, it was only 6 assists, so it was possibly he had some games against, like, Trey Panay or someone like that in the qualifiers that allowed him to absolutely fill his boots. So they played Bala Town, Maccabi Haifa. Well, that's actually not bad. Shamrock, well, they beat Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock are pretty good. Yeah, Fulham are about to do the Southampton trip as well. Win them all. What about Conference League? That's always fun. Hoffenheim... Wait, that's the Europa League. Any fun ones? Sevilla, Torino, Eintracht Frankfurt, Vitesse. Wow, that's a really kind of dull semi-final for the Conference League. 2 Italian... No, like, you get Spanish, Italian, German, Dutch as the final 4. Nobody super interesting in there at all. Sutton United for the win. Thank you for the prime. It will come through in a moment. Twitch be weird like that sometimes. There it is. Nope. There it is. England are having a relatively bad season. Yeah, let's just have it. Fulham are the last team left, aren't they? Which is even crazier. They've still had a 23-point year. This is how England are almost impossible to catch. Like, they're just so hard to catch. Like, how are... what's the quad... No, that's this one. On the year, they're still 3 points clear. Oh, Spain are finally doing it. Oh, they're tied. Scotland have done okay this time around. Yeah, England, it's because they gain so many points from the group stages. Even if they get knocked out later, it's already kind of too much for them at that point. Villa have been around. Everton are in the Conference League next year as well. Brighton and West Ham are basically done. I like the fact that Southampton are 9th in the league, but have a minus 14 goal difference. Hello, Packham. Leeds have got the top scorer in the league as well. Spurs, still top of the Premier League. It might be finally about to happen. They might actually win a Premier League title in this save, finally, after 3 Champions Leagues. Will they bottle it yet again, like they've done so many times already? The Championship must be already kind of sewn up in a lot of ways, right? Wow, that's not a lot of points. 78 feels really low. Like, Millwall have lost 10 matches and are still in the automatic promotion spots. What a weird set of games. Burnley are obviously... Well, they've dropped off massively ever since they won the league. Scunthorpe are relegated. Sorry, Asher. Blackpool up. Rochdale up there too. Morecambe are already gone. National League are Preston and... Oh, my God. Preston are basically relegated from the National League. We are now at Sochaux. Tenerife ended poorly as we lost a European final. Yeah, Preston are 1 game away from going to the 6th tier of English football. They've got a worse goal difference than Harrogate. Harrogate are at home on the final day. Preston host Dorking. Oh, we've got a game that day. I was kind of hoping we could just keep an eye on it. Preston are cooked. The question is, are Wickham still in the promotion fight in the lower leagues? Spennymoor have absolutely... Whoa. That's a lot of goals conceded. 116 for FC United. Didn't finish bottom. Stourbridge were like, hold my brumminess. Wickham are at least in the playoffs, but my God, Boreham would have walked it in there. Holy shit. I'm really looking forward to the draft league. I think it's just going to be really fun to play some FM in a slightly different environment, if I'm honest. I'm legitimately super looking forward to it. Oh, I love that that's just popped up literally the second after I looked at it. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, Huddersfield, don't forget, are down there as well. It's been weird. But Preston is the biggest surprise to me because they've done it so quickly. They've absolutely dropped off. Axel Burgo's Brentford are currently 5th in the Championship. But how do they get on in Europe? I am in it, yes! They reached... Do you know what? Quarterfinals, where they were beaten by Torino. Didn't score in any of them. It would depend, Will. Because not everyone is actually going to be present. Not everyone is going to be streaming it. And not everyone, even if they are, is going to be in a call. So it will vary from player to player. And sometimes we might just want to lock in. Oh, we did the same lookup twice. So it will vary from person to person. So it's going to be fun either way. And I've already... You might notice, chat, I've actually changed... You wouldn't have noticed this yet because we've not used it yet. I've changed the backseat command from what it used to be to something that I think is more appropriate for what we use now. Still no pit stains either. Incredible. Grey t-shirt. It's a risk always on a hot day to wear a grey t-shirt, but I took that risk and it's paying off. I'm just looking forward to having a nice time playing some FM in a little bit of a different environment. The youth intake was really bad, unfortunately, DPT. We were promised 5 stars and we got 3 stars. And our best player was like a 4-star PA guy that was kind of mid, sadly. DCL first round. I love it because it goes back to the old showdown days. I don't know about absolute cinema crab hit. That's not what I've heard. I've heard the opposite of that. Playing this evening. So we start off against Z. No, not Z. So we start off against Luke. And then it's Aaron. No, then Z, then Aaron. And then after that, I've kind of lost track. It gets a bit vague after that. Because obviously there's quite a lot of games to be played tonight. But yeah, I know we start off against Luke away. Or Luke's substitute, as it happens to be tonight. Right, that's a lot of players missing. Amazing. Let's try. We'll do Vargas and I can just bring Alec Chowie back in. I like this setup. It's not perfect because we still haven't got the DLP dude. I mean, everyone likes different things out of content, right? Let's see. I'm just going to have a good time. That's always my vibe with these things. I'll be that spa people can come to chill. That's what it always used to be. I remember that Z and I once, when we were both like knocked out of a showdown, so like, we just spent the entire match talking about like Greek mythology, because why the fuck not? Garcia back to the bench. Castello, even though he's leaving. I actually don't know who it is, Red Leicester. I've seen some names join the Discord, but I can't put names to faces at the moment, because they're not actually people that... It might be that the Discord names are different as well. The showings at one point, fuck it, I'll show you now before I forget. They were looking really good and were like 5th in the league. They've since fallen off a little bit. They do have the top scorer in the league though, in Sasha Cabraja, or Cabraja. I don't know how to pronounce that name. He's a quality player. They invested a load of money in him after we left, but their past positions, actually, I think when we looked at them, they just happened to be on a little bit of an upswing. They're always just kind of right there. Sometimes in Europe, basically they are sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, as a football team is basically their role in this now. Right, lots of Frenchmen, obviously. They've got a guy called Wim Yalving. Let's go. Let's get it back again. Let's go beat a different Red Star. Karen, yeah, yeah. It's his fault for being a winger. Yes, we will. I like to mix things up. I usually just take whatever tactic I happen to be playing at the time into whatever PvP tournament, even if it's not been tested for PvP play, because at the end of the day, who cares? It ain't that serious. That's one of the things I actually quite like about it. Like, there's no prize. It's fun. And I think that's why I'm actually really looking forward to it. There's no pressure. It's just a fun environment to play a bit of FM in the evening and make some fun content. Lafroig, thank you very much for the follow. I'm sorry I've said that probably in... Isn't that the name of like a whiskey or something? Forgive me if I'm incorrect, but thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'll be streaming. Bastia playing Angers. That's good, actually. Shit. Oh, that is not good. That less good, though, is the fact that Nikolic is having to come off. Even worse is that I didn't put Osagi on... Wait, oh yeah, the game doesn't consider him to be able to... Oh, wait, no, he can play there now. Well, I'll be damned. This is going to be a big change. Osagi can play the role now. This could be a big moment for us. He might actually be able to do something here. Chimera, thank you for the follow. We've got to get back to winning, though. Bastia losing to Angers, which is good, as that almost eliminates Bastia. We just need Nancy to lose, but Neon are not a bad team. Yeah, he'll get a little bit of punishment, nowhere near as bad. First screen at halftime before the team talk. Right, okay, I've got to try and remember to do this time. Oh, what's the save with Lafroig? Playing at AMC tonight. Most likely Phil Foden. What a shit half, by the way. A grand total of 0.22. So this one here. So I hover over it. No significant stats to display. Well, well, well. Would you looky that? It does work. And now you say that when that now triggers, I should now be able to access it during the second half. Interesting. Love to see it. That'd be interesting to try. We've been absolutely woeful in this game, which is concerning. Let's see. We'll check it when we get into the next highlight. I'm a bit worried about our lack of performance here, and I think... Right, let's have a little look now. Nothing significant. Well, like Shasley. Yes, here we go. I don't know why stuff like this isn't readily available normally. It's so strange. Bauer. Yes! Come on. Herobot Bauer. That is a big, big goal. Massive goal in the title. Not even in the title. In the promotion race. If we just get a scrapey, crappy little 1-0 victory over Red Star here in a game where nobody's creating anything, it would be massive. Oh, Dundalk. That's cool. We did like a bit of Dundalk when we were managing in Ireland. Treaty are in the playoff spots in real life, by the way, chat. Hamilton Tenerife, unfortunately, we lost the Europa Conference League final to Fulham. Niort beating Nancy. If things stayed as they are, we'd be 8 points clear with 5 matches to go. And basically 1 point Old Bastia have equalised. That isn't actually that bad. Can't manage. We do. Exclamation mark. Christ, what is it? There's 2, because one's the list for like brand new saves that people want to try this save. The other one is the one for this save specifically that has been updated as we go along. And I forget which one's which. I think one is exclamation mark spreadsheet and one is exclamation mark OTI teams. I just can never remember which way round they go. So one is for you to copy onto your own Google Sheets if you want to do the save yourself, and it's like not a blank one, but it's got all the teams that have been in finals up to the start of a save, and then there's one that we're updating along the way. I'm going to just make that not the last sub, but another sub there, and then save the last one. Cool. Because this is a very, very mid performance here, but sometimes you just got to take it. Because if we could go 8 points clear with a better goal difference with 5 matches to go, we would be kind of chefing a little bit then. Oh, chat is for stream. That makes sense, I suppose. But yeah, so what you do with the player one, with the one for you guys, if you basically copy it into your own Google Sheets, you can like make a copy. That'll then make it editable for you. Because sometimes people get confused and try to edit the one there, and I get all these like requests through my email. Do I try and game manage this, or do I just... Oh, fuck. They're important to win them. The problem is they almost always end as 1-1 draws. I'm hoping this is just... Oh, no, we're going short here. Oh, my... What a strike from Florida, man. Wanderer, thank you for the 100 bits.
Hello, Matto and Chatto. How the devil are you once again?
What a weird
Wickham's
goal.
fixtures have been released. We'll be playing Bradford City away first. The Boxing Day game is against our former manager's team Luton Town, also away. Then the final day is at home against Rotherham. Picture of fixture list.
Oh, that's just going to say that's just Wickham's fixtures. Either way, cool. I did see LA equaliser there, so the gap is not quite as large, but I think the goalkeeper just couldn't see shit in that scenario. Like, how's he supposed to see through that? Really nice strike, though. Very, very pleased with that. I think the gap is only 7 points now, but oh well. It's 1 less game played as well. Sorry, 1 less game to play. Like 7 points in 5 games is 100% doable. Yeah, it is Nancy over the top again. And we've got an even bigger goal difference advantage on them anyway. Tonight. It starts tonight, 6 p.m. The one downside... Okay, it's good. It's a minor injury. Which is useful because we've got Chateau Roux in like 2 days. We need to basically, as you say, win 3 more or have them drop points. Because there's no way that they're both going to win their last 5 games of the season. I mean, it could happen, but it's unlikely. We just need to be a little bit better than them in the last matches. We don't even need to be that, like, that good. Our form lately, there was that little wobble there. But since then, we've won 4 of our last 5 and drawn the other, and that should have been a win as well. So it's definitely picked up. I'm still a bit gutted that we're not winning this league, because we are probably been the best side. There we go. We've qualified for the playoffs as well. That'll please the board. Some wage rises there, but that's okay. Are we still cooking on the wage rise front? Oh, we got loads. Oh, hello. Who's this? Please tell me it's not a massive side. Oh, hello. A guy. It's only a small clause, but it's a guy that we sold to Monaco. He's bound to be worth something, right? No. Never mind. Sofiane Fivet. Wait, is that a poached player? It is a poached player. In that case, I'll hang on to that. Laptop, guys. I honestly have no idea, Dion. I don't even really own... I have a laptop, but it doesn't even have a graphics card in it. It isn't like a case of which laptop, because what you're really looking for is like certain specs. But I would personally wait until you know the exact specs of FM26 when they release that before investing in new hardware just yet. Right. And that's Grenoble. I get the feeling that these last few matches against Nancy and Angers, I kind of want to be promoted before we have these last 2 games. Because they're not going to be easy matches by any means. And the thing is, I think we're still too far away from Angers. We're 7 points from them. As much as I think we probably deserve to win the league, we're not going to be able to close the gap that much in that time left. Fringe player set 16. True. That would certainly help us. Like, but at the moment we've only got, because you only get I think a 5% sell-on clause on those. So I'd rather wait until he develops a little bit. If he is actually any good, gets a bit of value, because he will get that value at Monaco, and then we can maybe sell the clause later, or just hold on to it. Sucks that we've lost players though, considering it's Sochaux, right? Okay, one more guy. I did sign up all the others, but apparently found another one. Right. Away. These next two are crucial because... Actually, where's Grenoble? Where are they? Yeah, this is kind of... This is the bits that matter, these next three. 13th, 15th, 17th. We've weirdly struggled against some of these teams in the last few matches before against them. So this is where we kind of need to just pound it home. We've been actually quite good against a lot of the mid-table sides, like your Red Stars. Beckham Wooden? He's a manager. Ooh. There he is. He was the Farnborough manager. Beckham Wooden. To the list you go, friend. Ooh. At least they put Alvarado in the correct position this time. Since FM 2019. That's kind of cool, though. Like, if you're that committed to a save, why not? There's not usually giant leaps in the game. It also means when you do buy the next one, GC, you'll get an insane upgrade, right? It won't just be like a minor step. So that's good. Now, we're not going to win the title, unfortunately, but we are looking really, really good for promotion. We're 7 points off the top, but we're also 7 points ahead of third. So we're kind of in no man's land as far as titles go. Those were suspensions, weren't they? So we should have them both back now. So you can come back in. Lotalamio needs a rest, which is fine because I can bring Vargas in. And then Briasco comes back in for Cariello. Although, yeah, Briasco's been excellent this season, in fairness. Boobs will keep his place because still don't think we're quite ready for Osagi, but we're damn close to it. He's getting there. Very soon he'll be able to play that role from the start, and at that point Boobs has lost the plot. He's gone. We'll never hear from him again. Probably take some of Barley off the bench there. Shehu needs to get back into the team at some point, but I almost feel bad for the fact that Mwamba has been pushed out of the team because El Shazli has come in, and in fairness, he hasn't played amazingly, but he just looks like he's going to be really good. And I figured, fuck it, at this stage, we might as well give him a chance to play, because Mwamba, how much older than him is Mwamba? He's not that much older than him, but he's a lot. Do you know, he might even be worse already in some areas. Yeah, we'll do that. It's definitely, yeah, it'll be a massive upgrade from 19 to 24. Plus, you can get 24 super cheap at the moment. Also, I got sent a copy of Rematch. So, I have yet to try that out, but I'm looking forward to giving that a go. It seems to be getting a bit of traction now. A Fnatic all nice enough to send me a code. I also got a game called Dredge yesterday because my mate got it in a Humble Bundle and noticed that it was on my wish list. So I played a bit of that yesterday too. Just looking for something new to sink my teeth into a little bit. I don't like the fact that we've not got a lot of... the fitness levels aren't great for this particular match. Oh, wow, that is a defensive setup. Unless they've got a pair of Segunda Volantes. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that I might try and get my mates to play again, because it feels like what Rocket League is to football, Rematch is to Rocket League. That's the only way I can sort of describe what I've seen of it, because I watched NL play a load of it. Hello, Inamorato. We're doing very good. We'll be doing even better if Nancy lose. Rocket League with blokes. Yes, now we're talking. Ooh, we don't play in this kit very often. And go on. Go on, Bow. Have a bang on it. Oh, that's patience. Lovely. Oh, hang on. Are we overdoing it a bit now? I played the shit out of Red Dead 2, and then I watched a playthrough of the stuff because I just fell out of the ability to play it after a while. I think my save file got corrupted or something. So that's kind of shut that door for me. It was very enjoyable to play, though. I think the next game like that I'll invest any time in is GTA 6 when it eventually does come out. Yeah, to be fair, I watch NL play it, but just because I'd watch that man peel potatoes, right? He's one of those types. He's like my content creator that I will just watch play anything because I like listening to him talk. Go on, Damien. Oh, he's not going to go all the way through, is he? Oh. Did he try to chip the goalkeeper who's staying on the line? Game you've always wanted to try that I haven't. Baldur's Gate, probably. But I'm waiting for it to come on sale to a point where I'm like, I feel comfortable paying that amount of money for a game. Because at the moment, £50 is just a lot of money to be dropping on a game. Even if I would get a lot of entertainment out of it, it's just, I just don't have that laying around. People with jobs. Someone referred to him as the most in-touch streamer ever. Which I totally get. Like, I kind of go in and out. If he's playing a game I have any kind of vague interest in, then I'm all about the NL. Like when he was obsessed with like Balatro, I was just constantly. Why am I doing this in the 36th minute again? It's the second time today. Bazaar was not really my thing for whatever reason. I don't have a Switch, but Pog does. I bought Pog a Switch for her birthday during COVID. And then she got obsessed with Hades for, so much, she got so obsessed with Hades that she basically gave herself a repetitive strain injury from playing Hades, which was funny as fuck. So she's resisted buying Hades 2. But I do need to get her back on a Switch again. I think when she gets the new job sorted... Oh, speaking of the new job, why am I making substitutions? I swear to God, you're going to have to handcuff me later, chat. I get distracted thinking about other things and my brain goes, ooh, substitution. That's the thing. My mates bought it and he was just like, don't even bother yet. Wait for it to be a little bit more complete. Oh, go on. Yes. Come on, Alfred. 1-0 Sochaux. Big, big goal. I do. Substitute my lollipop. That's a very deep misheard song lyric reference there. The sound of the river, please. Yeah. So basically, Pogs, they've now got back to her asking for her payroll code so they can get the proper reference from her company. So things are now moved in an even better direction now, which is exciting. Shit all kicked off at work for her yesterday too, which she found incredibly funny because it's actually embarrassing the way these grown adults behave, and she cannot wait to drop them in it. She also believes there's another member of staff that's also potentially going to leave as well, which is going to drop them in it even further. And my God, me and my mate are probably going to rock up at Pog's work the day that she quits, just so we can kind of get a back seat to it all. And then we'll go get pizza across the road. Are Angers losing? Because we seem to be... Right. Okay, just checking. I was safe to make subs this time around. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. The drama... There's always drama, but essentially... They have a store manager and an assistant store manager. Obviously. But neither of them can ever agree on what they're supposed to be doing. So they then take it upon themselves to tell the other members of staff different things. Then, instead of complaining at each other when they are told the wrong thing, they complain at the member of staff who's listened to them. They also have this wonderful habit of, say there's like a company policy about like returns or whatever. It's like 28 days. Someone will come in and be like, oh, I've had it like 2 months. And they'll be like, oh, well, you could have just overwritten it. And it's like, but you've told us to follow the store policy. Why would we overwrite it randomly? They just constantly make it up as they go along. In addition, there's now a third party in this, which is like a person that oversees more than one store, who's now come in and overruled the 2 of them, and now 3 of them can't agree on what's supposed to be happening, and basically just take it out on the staff the entire time. They are absolute losers, the lot of them. Switching roles, because we have it set up so that our Shadow Striker and our Inverted Winger swap over every 10 minutes. Which is fine as long as they can both actually play both roles. That's just one of the many bits of drama, basically. It's embarrassing shit, basically. They're all basically the reason this happens is managers get fired. They won't get fired because basically this company promotes from within, but in a way that basically only means people that aren't good at their jobs get promoted. In the sense that anyone with a brain leaves, i.e. Pog, and anyone else. So it basically they just promote through seniority. We're going to concede a goal here, aren't we? Oh, what a brilliant bit of saving from the goalkeeper, from the crossbar. So basically the crap rises to the top, and therefore the only people that are there are people that have just been there longer because they couldn't do anything else, basically. That's basically what's happened at the shop. So, while they might be making profit right now, eventually that's going to bubble up and basically cost them everything, and I will dance outside the shop when they shut them down. And I can't wait to tell you all more about it once Pog moves jobs. It's going to be a very entertaining stream, that one. I'll just be like, fuck these guys. It's going to be great. That way I can... You know, that way you can avoid working for them if you ever find yourself in that position. Great. Look, oh, no, please tell me that's onside. Yes. They do indeed. Yeah, they are completely oblivious to it, James. They actually act like it's a privilege that you should get to work there. And it's like... madness. This is an unbelievable goal, by the way. Just genuinely, look at this pass from Alvarado. Scoops it over the top of the defence. They try to play an offside trap and Pineda's just put it into an empty net. Is that guy's name Jar JJ? Lovely. That was just such a nice goal. Angers winning. Nancy with a late goal there as well. The gap stays, but that's okay. Bastia winning as well. If all they can do is match us, it doesn't matter. As long as we keep on winning, it's curtains. 7 points clear. 4 matches now to spare. We got this. So yeah, literally, we need 2 more wins. or various set of points in that, basically. Taking over 2 months. That's mad. This is one of the things I said to Pog. I was like, hey, if you're doing the DBS stuff, just get used to it. I think she's like I said, I was like, if you don't hear anything, it's probably a good thing, really, because it means they've not found anything that they need to qualify with you, right? Yeah, that's the thing. We literally could just completely... no idea, Spark Zero. I'm hoping that it's not an obscene amount because timescales, right? I feel like once you start to push too long into timescales, it can get a little bit draggy, and you want to try and keep things fresh, right? It should move pretty quickly, though, just because of the number of... with all the stuff stripped out, because it's only draft mode, it will make a lot of difference to the back-end processing between games and stuff. It shouldn't be anywhere near as glitchy, in theory, than when you're trying to do like a full-on, full-fat network game. So that will definitely make a difference. The game just has a lot less stuff that it needs to dick about with. That's the other thing. People keep leaving Pog's work. They keep not replacing them and then complaining that the other members of staff suddenly can't actually cope with the lack of employees. It's like, and then they'll be patronising arseholes about it, being like, are you not able to do the job? It's like, no, I am, but the job used to be done by 3 people and now it's 1. That kind of garbage. 6 o'clock, nothing specific. Yeah, no scouting, no transfers, none of that kind of stuff. It's all stripped out, so that makes it a lot quicker. What time it's starting? 6 o'clock. Exclamation mark TA will give you all the information. But I am curious to see how it goes timescales wise, because the thing that worries me ever so slightly is that if it's supposed to be getting the entire league phase done in 3 streams, that's between 12 and 13 games per stream. I don't think that's realistic, personally, but we'll see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, their run-ins are actually fairly straightforward. What could trip Nolsi up actually could... The great thing about it is they've got a tough one-ish against Red Star, and Bastia have a tough one, I know you can't see it, against Gangomp. So there's still a tough game in for each of them. Basically, Bastia have got quite an easy run-in, but they're playing Gangomp. That's the crucial thing. There's still plenty of opportunities for them to drop points. Plus, remember, if we just win these next 2 games, it doesn't matter what they do. We've got options. Technically, Hadrian, I think you still actually have the power to move my camera as a mod, I think. Exclamation mark left for mods usually does move the camera. GMT or Bria State, whatever 6 PM tonight is. I don't know. Hang on, let me just try and work this out. In 4 hours and 46 minutes. That's how we'll work it out. It's what I do with F1 when I can't see the... It's what I have to do with the hours till race part, trying to work out when it is. Speaking of F1, that's this weekend. That'd be nice to have that back again. A nice little 2 o'clock start. It's perfect. Yeah, 15th and 18th now. This is good. 3 AM. Wow, that is not ideal. But it's rare I stream in the evenings, and it's nice to be able to, for some of the people that don't always get to the daytime streams, to be able to come to the nighttime streams. And don't worry, I'll put the VODs of the league up on YouTube. I just didn't really think the draft one was really necessary, because then I have to make a thumbnail for it. Like, I was just too busy working on the other video, if I'm honest. Got to Silverstone, fucking hell, that must be costing a fortune. That's another good thing with Pog changing her job. We can finally go to touring cars again, because she won't be working Sundays. We can, like, I had to turn down the opportunity to go to Snetterton a few weeks ago because we couldn't, because Pog was working, which is such a shame because it's literally just up the road. Such a nice little drive up there. I haven't been to Snetterton for years. Angers win again. I think the title's gone. There's never any river crimes on Sunday. The rivers behave themselves on Sundays. She might have to work the occasional Sunday, but we were looking at this sort of stuff, and I'm actually looking at it. She's going to have to work. She gets to work normal hours, just good stuff, basically. I might try Cariello there. Wait, why does it say he's good there when... Oh, it's because it's his roll ability. I liked him when he came off the bench there. Half a mod. I just think that would be like giving the nuclear keys to, well, me, honestly. It's a funny use of the word we there. £2,500. That is wild. I could never justify it. But again, everyone's financial means are very different, right? So there are certain things that I would randomly spend money on that perhaps you wouldn't, right? It's just... It's each to their own. The fact is, I think that's cool, though, because you're spending on an experience. That's something that you'll remember forever, and I think that's cool, right? Rather than, like, a materialistic thing. But everyone values things differently. Oh, Lotte Lamia can come back in. Do I want him to, honestly? We were so clutch in that last game. I think if we can just get through this one last match... I'll bring Thomas Garcia in for this one. Just to make sure that we're covered. Osagi still technically can't play the role yet. Having ethanol device... Yeah! Or just pasta to sauce. Went down one day. Maybe! She does get that river course, Doc. Like, that's going to be fascinating. That's just going to be so cool. I'll be like, oh yeah, what does your partner do? Oh yeah, she's river police. Like, fucking what? That's so sick. It's just an interesting job. It's going to be great because it means when we go to events and we meet new people or whatever, she'll have the job that's like, damn. And I get to be like, look what she does. That's so cool. Let's see. I put Lotte Lamia back on the bench just because we've got a spot. That'll do for the time being. With the championship, yeah. I think that most likely Piastri will because he's just cool as a cucumber. I think, like, in terms of pure raw, if you exclude everything else pace-wise, Lando's probably marginally quicker, but it doesn't matter because Piastri has everything else. That man is unflappable. And I kind of love how... I actually think that his sort of, like, complete calm demeanour has sort of elevated his personality in a way that most other drivers wouldn't. He reminds me a bit of, like... I don't know, I just really enjoy his... Just really enjoy the cut of his jib. He has OnlyFans for nerds. Yeah, pretty much. Instead of feet, it's spreadsheets. Spread feet. Oh, that sounds really bad. Never mind. He doesn't do YouTube for a living. How dare you suggest these things? New Raikkonen. Yeah, he is a bit... Raikkonen. Invert went back intended. Yes. We've had that in the tactics since the very beginning, actually. The only thing that's changed about it is its position. We used to have it sat in, like, the back four, but then we moved it up because we wanted to try to get a head start on interceptions, and it sort of not only made that role play better, but it also unleashed the winger in front of them. Marching in the Napoleonic Wars. Oh, God. Right, who's playing today? Oh, we'll find out in a minute. He's an unflappable model professional, literally, yeah. Right, come on. Nice early goal. That will set us up brilliant. Oh, go on. Just like back post for Nikolic. Oh, okay, we're going silly times now, are we? That's actually a really good save. Shit. Those are the sort of chances that Briasco, to his credit, usually puts away. So he's got a decent amount of credit in the bank on letting him miss one, but I do worry about having Cariello as the fullback here because he is very, very aggressive going forward. And basically, we're playing two wingers on the left-hand side. But I feel like for a game like this, we kind of need that extra attacking quality down that left-hand side. Go on, keep it in. It's the other games I'm more concerned about. So who have we got? Bastia away at Dijon and Nancy are at home against Red Star. Okay. I think they both win those games. But we can afford to drop points. The only time it starts to become a problem is if we're still not confirmed as promoted when we play against... This was the guy that we nearly signed in the pre-season. If we're going into that Bastia game still on the fence, and if we lose to them, then we'd have to play Angers on the last day, and it could start to get a bit squeaky at that point, so we do have to be careful. But I think we can do... I reckon that the bench will make a difference in this game, and I think it's going to be Bright again off the bench that will do something in this match. We just have to give him a chance later down the line. Or we just get a random goal from a set piece. Oh, go on, back post for Vargas. Yes, come on, Alfred. Big, big goal. I reckon we win this game, we're as good as promoted. Just because they have to just keep on winning. I know we won't technically be promoted, but we'd be 7 clear with 9 available. So we'd actually only need like 2 points from our remaining games. Which is perfect. Subtime. No, subtime is the 36th minute. You're not fooling me twice, oh no. Going strikerless. I mean, I can't imagine why you'd think that. There are no clues. I'm obviously going to play Phil Foden as a striker. I like the fact that we've got both Foden and Sane, though. Getting both of those two was crucial. Because they can interchange, which means we could actually play the switching roles part of this tactic in the draft, which I wasn't expecting us to be able to do. And Joao Pedro was just to throw them about. Yeah, exactly. They have no idea what's coming. Here we go. I reckon we're building up to a second goal here. Go on, slide him in. That's better. Nikolic has got the raw speed here. I'm feeling like an Abubakar goal out of nowhere. don't know, I've got a sense that Abubakar might be about to do something brilliant. 7, 9, 12, 18, 42. Those are next week's lottery numbers in case you were looking for those as well. Lovely. That is a banger. See, when he doesn't get in his own head and think about it too much, then he's capable of doing that. He is just Oriola with better PR. That really is all it is. And I love that for him. What I love even more is that the other games, I believe... Yeah, 0% cross completion for Shazly is actually somewhat impressive when you consider that he has 16 crossing. I guess he's crossing to the wrong person? Wild. So currently, as things stand, we are moving 9 points clear. We are, if things stayed as they are, we are as good as promoted. Pretty much. Still, I should change the profile picture for him. I would get that scratch card. I actually recommended a scratch card purchase the other day and it didn't work out. Sorry about that, Daz. Do you know, I've actually never bought a scratch card in my entire life. Now that I think about it. João Pedro. If he does anything, then he's worth it. I might have to, if I get a chance later, I'll quickly make a Conrad Lima emote for us. Because he is obviously the most important player in the squad. Oh, bang it over the top. Look at the space on the right-hand side for Patrick. If he just puts this back post, it's basically a free... Oh, there's no way that's a penalty. Don't small... Hey, find me. You don't know where I live. Sort of. He's making such a meal of this. If this is given as a penalty, then I've lost all hope. Literally what? It's about to be 3-0. Nikolic, can he make up for it? Yes, he can. It's 3-0 to Sochaux, and surely now. A hard tackle. Didn't know that was penalties. Jean Pedro, that could work as well, actually. Covered wrongly for the song request. Let me refund your points. It will still go through, but you can just do it again. Lovely. We're actually kind of chefing a little bit here. Finally. They're giving us a lot of space in the midfield. I think at this stage I might bring on... Oh, go on. Go on, Shaz. It's in! It's not in! Somehow it's not crossed the line. Oh, physics has let us down today. Oh, I feel so bad for the Shaz monster there. What I'm going to do is boobs off Osaji on because it just works here. Then we're also going to try out that little idea that Anarith had last stream of inverted wingback on support instead to see if that has the desired effect. Earth is Hulk Yoga. I don't know if I... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not the right button at all. You probably can't even hear anything. I don't think I even have Hulk Yoga anymore. I might have removed... Oh, no, wait. Deep breaths with me, chat. Go on. And such. That's basically where we sit. And I will be providing... I will not be answering questions at this time. I didn't bugger the game up too, which is always a good sign. Bastia are winning now. Nazi look like they're still dropping points, which is great news. Takes me back to the COVID days. OnlyFans for nerd content, yep. I can't even remember why we started doing that. Like, the genuine reasoning behind why that even existed is... Like, what is there? Was it because of posture checks or something from back in the day? Those are like... Those initial, like, Twitch power-up things from back in the day. I think it must have been something to do with that. No idea where the Hulk element of things came from. There was the normal yoga, true, yeah, but then I just don't know where the Hulk part came. I think I was just messing about with filters or something. I don't know. No idea. There are so many like random scenes in my OBS thingy that we just don't use anymore. One of the ones we do use occasionally, if I want to discuss something with chat and I really want to keep their attention, is I can switch to this if needs be. Svenny boy. Do you know what? Unfortunately, he's not on the bench. If he was, I'd have brought him on. I'll get Nikolic off, though. was watching that. You're right, yes. We had... Oh, I'll tell you what it was. We did a stream where I didn't understand how low it was valued. So people just kept requesting it over and over and over and over and over to the point where it just became me doing this. And that's how the yoga thing came about. This was like 2020. Random number generator. No, so basically what happened was when we first got to Mariska Mersch in this save, the very first club in Luxembourg, we... I said to chat, wouldn't it be fun if we just built a tactic that used the best roles and best positions of the 11 best players at this club, no matter what they are? And then that's essentially how the first generation of this tactical style came about. Obviously, it's evolved since then, but every evolvement has actually made it more gopping, not less. Like, it actually looked slightly more traditional before. Oh, okay, one more highlight. We're going to have one more. Why not? Cameraman's pointing the wrong way. That can only mean good things. Usually when they start like this, you're about to witness some magic. Or the wrong kind of magic. Okay, it's just a really easy shot over the bar. That's okay then. Pretty much. It's fine. We like to do the lore occasionally. What else have I got in here? Like Scotland Fan TV in there, for example. The press conference one I never used, the Namibian Illuminati, the 2-2 video, etc. Right, lovely. It's another dub. I didn't see exactly what the other results were elsewhere, but it looked like they lost. Can you do Scotland? I did it. We did Dundee United, remember? Or was it Dundee? I'll have my head wobbled for getting that wrong. The Simpsons Interscene is no longer on there. I've never been able to find that. What I did manage to find, though, was the music video I made about me and Yuri Krot. I'd looked for it so many times that I was unable to find it. I finally found it a few months ago, so that is now a thing again, thank Christ. I can't play it on stream, but it's on YouTube. It's obviously an unlisted video, but it is up there. Spent a lot of time on that. Probably my greatest work. Are we promoted? Not technically, I don't think. No, we're 8 points clear with 3 games to go, but it's damn close. Can this be an emoji? Oh, good lord. The pasta. Catch on jet? Nah. How far clear were they? Nah. 7 points with 3 games left. Unlikely. That's not happening. Basically, Hadrian, if I played it, I'd have to go into my audio. So I use an audio controller scene in OBS. So if I played the clip randomly on stream, it would not be built into that audio controller, so it would go through to the main stream. So it would be playing the Gabriel Applin song. But what I can do is find the unlisted YouTube video and put it in chat. That I can do. Because that I don't care about the... where is it? There it is, like just my horrible face attached to it. Get shareable link. That was it. YGC Sturg, thank you very much for the follow. Sick. Lovely. Yeah, so it isolates... Well, technically everything goes onto its own thing, but the only thing I have set to technically isolate is Spotify. That goes onto its own thing, so that's why the volleys don't hear it. Except for that one random stream where it did for some reason, and I have no idea why. Life of Tom. I am not familiar, no. And it's in the playlist. Oh. I mean, to be fair, the actual song that video is based on is actually legitimately really good. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Aiden. Don't know why. Remember him requesting loads of Gabriel Applin songs, and that one was just a banger. Oh, right, no. I don't. God, look at me actually making quite good progress. I might actually be able to finish on time. Nugen. Oh, Nugan. Because basically I'd used it so much that I feel like I'd almost seen... It felt like every face almost looked the same at this point. And I decided for this save to go away from it and go back to the normal regen faces for the game. Because I felt that it added a bit more personality to them. Because as much as they are, obviously, absolutely gopping, I kind of liked that there was a bit more variation to them in their gop. Wow, Hammerin produced nobody. And there was much surprise by that. I don't know why I even put Hammerin on here. Has 8 views. It's easily my best video of the week. That and that one random short. Yes, that is exactly what it is, nothing specific. It was in 2019, I was on this random hill in Devon with my mates, and we'd gone on holiday, and I was just trying out this feature on my phone, and I think it was Pog, took a panoramic image, or it might have been Twazuk, took a panoramic image of me, but I moved my head during the middle of it, and that's where the, what's it called? There is an emote for it, I think. Where is it gone? No, this one. This emote, Matarama. One of my first emotes. Oh, hello. Mr. Man has been updated slightly. He's got ever so slightly better potential. It's still not great because I don't think he's amazing, but it makes me feel a little bit better about the quality of our youth intake. Look at the vest, the stare. When you see Yuri Krot. Horrifying. Tell you what, apparently next Tuesday could potentially be ridiculously hot. So there is a chance that Vest stream might return. It may not have a choice. If it's going to be like 33 degrees here on on Tuesday, it could happen. 78 base where no yellow cards. I guess. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I always find those things are kind of fun for a bit. Friday night? Oh, really? Yeah, I know that's going to be really bad. Right now in this room, it's 24.5, which is actually fine. Last night at like 1 in the morning, I came in here because I woke up and it was so hot. It was like 24 degrees in here at 1 in the morning with all the windows open. So weird. What's the weather looking like? Delightful. That sexy weight, that's in it. I can finally wear my Rain City Bitch Pigeons t-shirt. I've never been able to actually wear this t-shirt before. And I bought this like, well, before the Seattle Kraken existed. It starts tonight, Joy Shapper, or 6 p.m. 20, yeah, I'm hearing like 34 on Monday and 33 potentially here on Tuesday. But that might change, hopefully. But that would be absurd. I mean, I've actually got the fan pointed at me today just to try and keep the flow going a little bit. Because obviously I have to have the window shut when I stream because I don't want to annoy my neighbours. Except I did have it open when we did the draft. 34 will be pretty brutal here. It seems to be even hotter where I am specifically. I don't know why. Bro, yeah, we're this close. We're so close to it. We basically need one more point, effectively, to knock it over the line. There's a few more Servette guys, actually, that might be alright. The window was open during the draft, yeah. Gotta let the draft in, innit? Yep, no, I'll be streaming it. And the VODs will go out on the second channel as well. Because why the fuck not? I know a lot of people are interested in it, and there was a lot of comments on the last VOD about it, so I will definitely be doing that, yeah. She's going to make a thumbnail for it. Oh, this is he. He's very good, isn't he? Night on Tuesday. Do you want to, I'd take that. I'll swap if you like. Come Cambridgeshire. I'll leave those guys on there, but we'll get rid of the crap. Because we're still filtering through some players from like the lower leagues. Not that many, to be fair. It's another Osagi there. It's a shame he's not as good. He could be quite useful. Shame. Rovirola, yeah, he's cutting about these days. Loads of Croats in there. Oh, is that another guy from... Oh, no, that was the guy with the release clause, wasn't it? Radek Kubek. Ooh, hello, Radek. He might be one for the summer. Radek looking good. Is that most of the players in this list? It is, actually. Oh, there's a sheriff guy in there, too. Oh, that was that really young dude, wasn't it? The DLP that we can't like the look of. Right. I'm going to speed run this if I can. You we already know about. We like you. I'll sort about this, actually. Simir, 16 years old. Daniel Shimir. Balanced, media-friendly, adaptability. Ooh. He's very young, but I do like what... There's a lot of cons there that I'm a bit wary of, but we'll shortlist him for the time being. Orazio Scalini. Good player, but 21. DM. Work rate's not bad, actually. He's... Adaptability and consistency are a little bit low. Prioritize Kubek. There's no reason to prioritize him. We pretty much know all his attributes already. So we're not going to be able to sign him right now anyway. Well, we can, but I'd rather wait until the summer. Well, not wait till the summer. Wait till we know where we're going to be. I mean, right now it looks very likely that we're going to be where we were. Rejic as well. I like this dude too. That is a little bit concerning, but there's a lot of nice stuff here. He's got the speed already. His crossing's a little bit low, but that's okay. I'd rather on the right at least have the better dribbling than the crossing, because obviously it's an inverted winger role. So I like him. You're a bit old. Jan Kos is a great name. Who did I just... FM? Can I click a button? Jankos, winger, left side. Ooh, pace is decent. 18 years old. A few little bits there. Don't mind. Yes, these are all team reports. I think the majority of them are team reports. Some of them might not be. Munoz, is that the Mahara Honda guy? Oh yeah, 100%. Even more so, he's actually good. That's absolute done. This is another one of the Spanish. It seems to be this team specifically quite a lot, actually. We got a load of guys from Raya Mahara Honda last time around. Sanka Singh, still not horrendous. Does have good work rate. He might be quite a prime candidate for that idea we've got, to be fair. Skreblin, good name. Not really... He's only 16. Already got you. This guy's got a great name. Nanana. Christian Nanana. The man has got 4 N's in his surname. 4 of the 6 letters in his surname are N. Which admittedly makes me like him a lot. I don't think he's actually that great, but we'll get him on the shortlist as well. That way we can't forget these guys. Leighton James, who's somewhat older. Not bad, but we've got players in that position. Alice Freeler. Oh, I'm just going to knock, like, head straight down the list. Cheap, but 21. Karoli Kajas. Goalkeeper. 22. Resolute's not bad, but again, goalkeepers were not exactly needing those. These guys are a load of, like, the players that, unless they're goated, he's not quite fast enough. He's good, well-rounded elsewhere, but 22 again. What about you? Ondrejka. It's another Pogong dude. I like him more. He's 23, though. Still, I might scout him. I might shortlist him just in case we need another centre-back randomly. What about you? You've got an absolutely impenetrable surname, which makes me like you further. And you're going to be free at the end of the season. So I may well just shortlist him for the time being anyway. I just didn't... That was the wrong guy. The game... Oh. You've got double S at the start as well. Danish Ugandan. Ooh. Fast Danish Ugandan too. Will be expensive because FCK, but definitely worth putting on the shortlist as well. Bukowski, Polish, young... not bad. Worrying about the fact we're losing this, though. Let's have a look at you there. Baha Halabi. Technically, he's not great, but interesting combination. He's already got caps as well. Shortlist for you. Marcus Jones. Wait, what? Slovenian Welsh. 19 finishing. God, if he was quick. Wow, 19 finishing is very good, but yeah. Peshnik. Quite well rounded. A lot of these guys are most likely to be not that great, but I just like having like one little check on them. Joshua Uday. Good, it's very eccentric. Popovic. 23 though. Are any of these guys younger? Divine Umar. Great name. There's another guy here actually from Cultural Leonesa. He's probably worth a random punt as well, surely. I know he's 19, but like, physicals are really good. For 240k, Spanish, 19. It's always these two sides. And then Elie Fournier, who's a lower league French dude. Yeah, I reckon we'll take those two. We'll take those random two. We've got those other guys for the shortlist for the summer. Normally I'd pay more attention and potentially even sign some of them up now, other than these guys, of course. But, did they say no? And he's Colombian too, which is going to make this a little bit more complex. But obviously, as we'll push for time a little bit, and I want to make sure that we get this promotion over the line. That'll do, right? Yeah, cool, cool. Play 3 games. Well, we might only need to play 1 game, because as long as we're promoted, that's the main thing. Because we're not realistically going to win the league. So as long as we are promoted, at that point I'd feel comfortable finishing. Like if we win away at Grenoble, then it's done. In fact, even a point at Grenoble is done, really. For realistically, a draw against these guys is going to be enough. And that's with them all winning, because we're 8 points clear of Bastia now. Nancy can't catch us. Bastia are playing Gangomp next, who are 6th place. They're also 13 worse than us goal difference-wise. It would take a wild swing now. Oh yeah, no, I still think we probably will draw this game. Because it just will happen. But just getting this title done before... Not title, sorry. Getting this wrapped up before we play Nancy or Angers. Because we're not realistically going to catch Angers. Whole team meeting? Absolutely not. I will not. How dare you suggest such stupid things? Come back to me when you've got real suggestions. Ass man. Hello, Con. Ooh. It's going to be great, isn't it? Right, Munoz is in. Did I actually bid on the other dude, or did I just completely ignore him? Did I do that thing I always do where I ask his agent, go, oh, that's really good, and then just move on with my life? Because I have a habit of doing that. Might have done, yeah, probably. I don't think we're losing out a lot by not getting that guy, in fairness. I think, oh, they got Phil the Power Taylor here. He's just moved from LAFC to Seattle. He's from LA. Well, imagine that. People approaching retirement. Good Lord, not people. Oh, it's something we already knew about. Expectations, win-win. Expected, lovely. Because if we're promoted after the Grenoble game and are unable to get the title, then that's perfect, because I can just do those 2 games off camera and get us back properly for... well, alright then. Cheers, Romania. I might just save the game there in case any silly bollocks happen. What the fuck? I don't really know what's going on there. I think Romania might have had a bit of a stroke there. There's a folie à deux going on in Bucharest. And West Ham. Ah, that's that guy. He was the guy at Anderlecht, wasn't he? That we nearly signed. The overpriced Belgian. Who's got 2 assists, and that apparently counts enough. The question is, why am I being shown this? When neither of these... Was anyone else involved in this game? Like, why am I being shown that? Goalkeeper of the season shortlist? Well, I mean, it could only be one man, but apparently he's not on it. So what we do is we just vote randomly. I'm sure you all do the same. The trick is to not keep clicking on the same goddamn player. Right. Speaking of that, how are Tenerife looking in La Liga now? Ooh, 5th place. They've kind of chefed a little bit towards the end of the season. They might even get in the Champions League. It's taken them a little while to get going, but they do seem to be finding a bit of form now. Almada's their key player, and that does not surprise me. Well, what a signing he was. What we could do with him now. How are they lining up these days? Garcia and Fritsch. Fritsch is a guy they signed in January, by the way. £40 million from Nol. Crazy. Then Raul Cabrera's back with Thiago Enrique. Steiny in behind. Opry, Vanderlei, Almada, and Carrick with Sakura in goal. Amazing. And then on the bench, they're often playing Pineda, Herholt still there, Nagalo. He's that guy I'm still kind of intrigued by. Look how low his value is. But... no, I probably should scout him. I don't hate the idea of trying to sign this guy potentially. Noah Jose's in. There's a Jose Martinez. Wanted by Chelsea, Leeds, PSG, and PSV, and somehow they're not playing him. Because apparently they don't want to win. Bilal's in there, Almeida's in there as well. Marquez is still there, and Mbala off the bench. Love to see it. Ron is currently playing for Stade Rennais, or Stade Ronnais, as we've been calling them reluctantly. And annoyingly, it looks like he might be about to fire them to a Champions League place. They are very solid players, yeah. There's Ron. Ron Bezalel. He's got 5 goals this season. Well, it's actually not a bad record, to be fair. Like, it's an irritatingly average record. Did I not? Was it Nagano? Was it Nagalo? No, I am. As long as that symbol's appear, we're good. Yeah, he's crushing it on the European stage. Ron is just a European icon at this point. For Stade Ronnais. I hope they sign him permanently, because they do have a clause in the contract that means they can buy him permanently, but it's like 10 million quid. There's no way that Enrique will be anywhere near as good as he was for us, because he was almost our main goal threat outside of Cyril. And I guess Raul. I am glad that they brought Cabrera. God, it's annoying because it's like, what could have been for us if we'd have been able to have this next season with Tenerife, because they've got Cabrera back now and he's allowed to play. Raul's now vice captain, or did I do that? No Spain caps for him. I think Sakura's the only one. I can't believe they've given Sakura caps. Also, this guy here, that random Albanian dude that we found that looked okay. We know he doesn't have that high jumping reach, to be fair. It's weird that the game considers him to be their hot prospect. What was I looking for? Oh, Thiago Enrique. Who's wanted. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists this season. And it's wanted by Dortmund. They'll probably cash in this summer. Some trials are finished. I'll get those guys sent around again. Our actual proper shortlist is growing quite nicely as well. Lots of wanted symbols on them at least, but no actual genuine interest in them. Curious to see who they are wanted by, actually. I'm wanted by Darlington. Danny's wanted by Laval. If Danny Lavelle signs for Laval, that would be amazing. Adam Morgan is wanted by Laval. And Tom Townley, do you know what? He's probably wanted by Laval. Dagenham, St Albans, and Lowestoft Town. Maybe not. I really hope that Danny Laval moves. Ooh, Neem got the dub. Okay. We can bring back in Alexandre, Briasco, Garcia, and Favreau, which means we can bring back in Alvarado, Bauer, Abubakar, Nikolic, Elek Chow. I might actually leave those guys as they are. And Osaji still can't play the role yet. Yeah, pretty much. If you've got a pulse, Laval are up for it. I'll put Cariello on the bench instead of... Who am I unlikely to bring off the bench in this game? Probably Diallo. Since he's leaving anyway. We're going to get £1 million for him nearly off of a Generation Foot of all people. Svenny on the bench. You're right. Maybe I should for this one game. Because if we do get ourselves into a winning position, being able to bring Svenny on for maybe Lothar Lamia, I'm unlikely to replace centre-backs today. Sod's law, we get 2 centre-back injuries in the first 5 minutes. Right. If we get ourselves into a good lead, potentially, and it's looking Gucci, then we can get Svenny boy on, whack him on penalties, finish with a bang. It's weird, like, it feels like we've been touch and go for promotional season, but in actuality, we've kind of just always been there, but able to pick up enough points to stay where we are in the league, whilst possibly deserving more long-term. But Angers have just been more clinical than we have. They've just been able to overperform. What are we looking out for here? So it's Bastia Guingamp. That's the game. Luckily, it will always be on the screen. We've just been steady, yeah. Steady is all we've needed today. Or this season, really. Which is actually kind of nice. Sometimes it's nice to be able to come into a club and have the ship kind of be not rocking to the same amount as it normally is. I still think next season, because there'll be some squad turnover with all the new players joining us as we try to stay up, I reckon we'll still have a similar situation to what we did with Tenerife, where there will be a bit of teething problems initially, but we just have to commit to the tactical style and know that we're going to be good. Oh my god, Diatta's absolutely twatted it. And because it's only 18 teams, it will be fairly competitive. There's not like muggy guys up there. It will be kind of tough, but we should be able to strengthen in the summer and start building the foundations for, like we did in Tenerife, basically. Get an idea of the future guys. Oh, for God's sake. And then bring them in, then prioritise them in the second season in the top flight. Plagued by injuries, true. It was plagued by injuries, a lot of churn, and yeah, I'm just going to totally have faith in it. End of the day, if we went down, we went down. I actually don't think the board would sack us if we did. I would really like to not do that, because it would set us back and we'd lose a lot of talent, but if the worst should happen, it should happen. Maybe the Mainz job will come up if it happens. I don't think so somehow. Could really do with us not losing this game. Although as things stand, it wouldn't even matter. But we aren't exactly crushing it. Like, if Bastia draw, none of this matters. So we're just... Oh, Nancy winning now. But again, it doesn't matter. Oh, please no. But you are absolutely right. Team in the relegation zone. You rock up and you're pretty much guaranteed to defeat, really, aren't you? Not that we've played well. Abubakar has been absolutely embarrassing in this game. I honestly think if with someone other than Abubakar in that team for us this whole season, I don't think we have the same issues. But I'm going to go half-time Osaji. See what he's got. Honestly, Bauer's been crap as well. It's just very typical of us, isn't it? Promoted now, not quite, Steve. If the results currently that we're getting, even though we're losing, hold, then we will officially be promoted. But I would quite like to... Fine, we'll get Jordan on as well. I hate having to make all these individual subs. I probably could have made some more there, but I was just risking... Didn't want to risk it. I might just throw it on attacking, honestly. It's weird that we're being so embarrassing here. Yeah, Poggin next season. Maybe, if we can pull an absolute miracle and sign that Swiss dude. I think if we somehow manage to pull the miracle and sign the Swiss dude, I'm willing to push almost all of our budget into him if needs be. Because guys like that don't come along very often, let alone in an opportunity to sign them at that age and develop them the way we want. That's the dream, getting a player like him at that kind of age. It's basically up there with when we managed to find Gonzalo Reynoso. Here we go. Even a draw, I think, would be kind of beautiful. It's who else but Damian Nikolic. 22nd goal this season. Really, Steve? Holy shit. So crazy. I don't even get it, Steve. I don't even understand why this has been happening the last couple of weeks, but the viewer numbers have been crazy. So thank you for you tuned in over the last couple of weeks. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely, Andy. If you remind me after the game, I'll show him. His name is Tristan Barnetche. Sorry, Barnetche. He plays for Servette. But he's already got 2 Swiss caps. He is basically the perfect player for what I want to do with that shadow striker role. As in, he's already a striker right now, but with the time to develop him, he'll be pretty much the perfect player because he's already got the physicals and his technicals are pretty well developed already at the age of 18. Come on. Now we're in a really strong spot. I reckon we still win this game. From Serie C. I wouldn't know. I've done one season. Oh, Nikolic again, and there we go. Surely promotion now. Nikolic is 23rd. Yeah, I had a really crappy time in Serie C in Desky. I took over Sestri Levante, and we just got ripped apart. Like, it was mid-season and they were struggling, but the playoffs in Serie C are crazy tough as well. It's really, really difficult. You basically have to build a squad and win the league. Nikolic on loan, yeah, there's no way he's coming permanently. He's worth like £11 million, and they'd want more than that most likely. But it doesn't matter because we've got Pog coming in the summer, and we've also hopefully going to have this Swiss guy. But I'm concerned that the Swiss guy might not sign for us. He said he would if we got promoted. So if we can get Pog in and we can get Swiston in, then brilliant. We did sign Pog legitimately because, for God's sake, man, because Pog's actually legitimately good. Yeah, no, the Pog has happened. It's free transfer. She's leaving Rotherham and signing for us on a free. She's got 15 pace and 15 acceleration. Actually good attributes. Can play the shadow striker role already. It's perfect. He looks pretty good, James. Kubek, we're definitely going to go back for him in the summer once we know where we're at. Osachi, yeah, I shouldn't have done really, but I wanted to bring on Sven. I should have taken off Nikolic. Sorry, Pog. Pog is my fiance. Basically, we made a load of regens for the Patreons at the start of the save, and they automatically generate at clubs of their choice. Oh, come on. Hat-trick for Damien to kill it off. Oh, my God. And I gave one to Pog as well. She's been at, like, Villa and then Rotherham, but now has agreed to join us on a free transfer. And I said I wouldn't sign the Patreon players unless they actually fit our circumstances, and in this case, legitimately did. It's all the running she's been doing, exactly. 8 points at the moment would still be fine. As long as Bastia don't win, we'll be okay. Although, it'd be great if we could not, like, turn this into a loss now. Although it would be oddly coincidental that the moment Sven comes onto the pitch, we suddenly lose complete control of the game. Oh. That was close. Cariello's not done well off the bench here, but we've had injuries. But as it stands, 8 points clear. Oh, tune. Oh, go on. Imagine we win it now. Last-ditch dub. Cleared away. Sven is going to be in there somewhere. Surely. Imagine if Sven actually does have an impact in this game. Alvarado. Sven's out there, I think. Okay. Somebody take control of this, please. Oh. Shasley. Sven's inside. He's whipped it across. It's Nikolic for the hat-trick. He might be offside, though. He isn't. Damien Nikolic, hat-trick on the final day to promote Sochaux to Ligue 1. He won't be here next season, but it doesn't matter if he's finishing with hat-tricks like that. What a weird bit of play. Grenoble 2, Sochaux 3. It's a lovely ball in from Shasley, actually. Just, where's the tracking? Honestly, Nikolic could have had way, way more goals in this game. He probably could have had about 5. Brilliant. What a dub. 3-2 in the end. We get the victory. 5 points behind on Jet. We technically could win the title, but we probably won't. Particularly as we're playing Nancy late. Nancy directly afterwards away from home, who are another really good side. And Angers would only need a couple of points. Sign him next season. We're not signing him next season. We can't afford to sign a player for £12 million next season. It's just not going to happen. Not if we want to sign the other guy, who I would rather sign than him, because he's younger, and I think he's already as good, if not maybe not better than him. He's better in other areas. I think if we sign Swiston, we don't need Nikolic, and I think it's unlikely that Nikolic would join us on a permanent deal anyway, because he's done so well. Unfortunately, him being so good this season has priced him out of us, basically. Speaking of, where are those budgets going to be? Watch the budget be nothing, like £3 million. That's actually not great. Although, hopefully there's a large wage budget. Okay, that's fine. So we've got about what we had before, pretty much. Maybe a little bit more in the wages. Point is, if we can sign Swiston, it's possible.
Here's a fun fact. Voltaire contracted syphilis just 2 blocks.
They're happy with that, understandably. Like, Nikolic, as good as he is, and he's still only 20, admittedly. Like, don't get me wrong, I would sign him if I could, but I just don't think that, realistically, he's going to want to sign for us, even upon promotion. 8 to 13 million pounds. It's a lot of money. And he'd want a relegation release clause, which isn't actually... There is an opportunity. There could be an opportunity for us to sign both of them, but I would still want to prioritize the Swiss guy. But now that I look at him, he actually looks like he would sign for us potentially. So, provided if we say we sold someone like Lothar Lamio in the summer for like 8 million quid, we probably could funnel that money straight into Nikolic and do it like that. Anyway, Swiss Miss is what we really want to do. Let's have a little gander at him right now. Big Soul, thank you for the follow. So, Swiss, what was his name? Barnett. I'll just type in Barnett. He should come up. This is the Swiss guy. 18 years old. 2 caps for Switzerland already. 15 pace, 14 acceleration, 17 finishing, great first touch. Fairly professional personality, likes long-range free kicks, which is weird. And he's cheaper. He is wanted by Villa, though, concerningly. And Milan and Napoli. Ooh. Now, obviously, if we don't get Barnecce, then I'd happily throw money at Nikolic. Because he's still only 20. Right. Let's, it's annoying. I can't even ask his agent again, because... Okay, I see what you're doing. Congratulations, you've played yourself. I'll give you a 5 up front, like I said, and I'll give you another 2.5 in installments. That's reasonable. 5 million up front for him. The question is, will he sign for us yet? Now, he said he would upon us promotion, but that doesn't mean he will. Oh my god, he will. More interested in joining Liverpool, Milan, Aston Villa, sure. But, star player. Regular starter, buddy. I can give you better than that. I can totally give you better than that. I might even be able to give him important player. It's weird that he only wanted that. The best toilets. That is a deep one. He's 2 caps. We can hit him with a 5 cap clause. Although he might not want that. See how much he wants in wages. Which is where he wants like 50 grand a week or something. 7.5k. Relegation release clause of 8 million. I'm alright with leaving that in, honestly. Because if we get relegated, shit happens, right? If we don't, we can't take it out, and I don't think I can make it much higher. I'd rather just leave it at that. I'm going to take the risk and basically say we're not going to get relegated. This is amazing. Honestly, I might try and do a cheeky here. Slap that in at like that. Bump his base wage up, because he's going to be a starting player for us, and he needs a contract that matches that. Yeah, he's either going to be brilliant or he's a reefy. 10k a week, 5 years, 3-year extension, 14k a week if he gets 3 more Swiss caps. Honestly, we don't need to. I did think about it, to Matt, but honestly, we don't need to. Like, I'd like to think that we won't get relegated, so it won't matter. But if we do, we do. I think it's worth the risk. This is actually I was expecting to have to pay way more on the contract side of things. I was expecting this to be like an Uncube style situation where we had to put in a really shitty actual release clause and not just a relegation one. The question now is, does this deal get done and over the line before the Nancy game? Or does someone else come in and absolutely get in there on us? Isn't expected to make a decision for a while yet. I could have done, James, but I'd rather at least... The fact is, if he was happy with it, then... if he's happy, I'm happy. Basically, all we want is to not see any... Oh, that means he might be... Is he capable of playing it yet? Not quite. I can still foresee a scenario where we have both Nikolic and Barnecce. But if we just get Barnecce, I'm content with that. Still... Right. The good sign is that neither of those sides have put... None of those 3 have put any bids on him. Because usually what happens in these situations is they'll bid straight away. The moment you bid, especially with the transfer story leaking, they'll bid straight away. I wonder if he's not their first choice. Let me just check. Yeah, that's what I mean, Andy. If we can find a way to make that work by getting the right player sold. But remember as well, if that fails, we also have the opportunity of POG. Now, admittedly, the technicals aren't great, but the physicals are. The mentals are really solid as well. We've started him loads of times. I think there's an opportunity for us to get that extra cash from somebody in the team that might not want to be here next year. We might want to, like, sell someone like Vargas or Lothar Lamio for like 7 or 8 million quid. Transfer window is open. Well, if they do that, they're going to have to wait a long time. They usually do bid against you. So let's have a look. I want to see what they say about him. Interesting. So sometimes they will bet against you outside the transfer window. My point is, that window wasn't open for quite a while. So there's only a limited amount of time that he can really hang on for this. So I think we might better get it done. Yeah, other clubs being interested is not ideal. But the longer it goes, the better for us. Sochaux make Barnetche offer. Also, how is it pronounced? Is it Barnetche? Barnetche? Or Barnetche? I probably shouldn't even start learning this stuff until we get them. Let's be honest, I'm going to call him Swiston anyway. We know we're going to call him Swiston, no matter who. If he does sign for us, he's Mr. Swiston. Ooh, what we got there? Ooh, more scouts. We could maybe not ready for map men yet, but with more coaches, more scouts for next season too. Jourdan continues to be great. Love you. This might be a tune in next time on Outcast or Icons type of option for us here potentially. There's every chance. Mets win again. Mets have done well to catch up to where they were. Did I just see Victor Christensen retiring? Is that the same guy that's been at Leicester this entire save? Or am I thinking of someone else? Just didn't result the games. We could do, actually. Because I just realistically don't think we're going to win the league. That's a good point, actually. I mean, we're at 2 o'clock now, but we're close to it. As long as we don't see anything here, like X team makes bid for Barnetche. But, yeah, I'm glad they're not bidding outside the transfer window. They will sometimes, though. Like, that's why I tend to try to sign players outside the window, because it does, as you say, reduce it. But you'll often find if the player's that good, they'll just bid on them anyway. Yeah, if Napoli or Liverpool bid, we're cooked. The one thing we can offer him that none of those teams can is playing time. They will not be able to put him on an important player contract. Because he just won't be. The fact that he only wanted regular starter here suggests that, like, yeah. I mean, yeah, true, Napoli might actually. Napoli will be fine. They'll just buy him off of us in like 4 years for £190 million. That's the plan. We win 63-3. That'd be great news. To be fair, we have insta-resulted a couple of games in the past. We insta-resulted the Cup semi-final. Sorry, the Cup quarter-final against Nice and lost 2-0. But that was with a rotated squad, so it isn't entirely great. Yeah, if I could sell someone like Lota Lamio for $7.5 million in the summer, go with like Elak Chowie and someone new that we bring in for a lot cheaper, that could be the sort of money moving that will allow us to bring in someone like Nikolic alongside him too. Because if we got both of them, a Nikolic and Swiston partnership up front next season could be, with Pog off the bench, could be horrifying for other teams. Strikers we could sell. The only one striker we had was Sally, but his contract's up this summer anyway, so he's just going to be leaving on a free. Which will save us 10 grand a week in wages, which, if we get him over the line, basically pays for him. Briasco, maybe? But I really do like Briasco. We could always sell Cariello. We need to try and get rid of a Boubacar too. I just don't think we're going to get a lot of cash for him, unfortunately. And remember, we're also selling Diallo. That's already confirmed. He just hasn't actually gone yet, because obviously we're outside of a window. So that'll be another £1 million. I think we can do a surprise. Plus, top flight will have player value increases. So selling now is a bad idea. Selling when the window opens and we're actually a top flight side, that could be really, really fruitful, because I reckon a lot of our players will suddenly gain a hell of a lot of value. Patrick does feel like a Ron type of player. The one thing we've got is at least Patrick's played basically a full season here. So we're not like trying to get rid of a guy that doesn't play in our starting 11. They don't know his shit. I mean, they might have watched him, so there is that. A lot of money for boobs. Well, I hope so. I really do. We want only the best boobs here. It would be quite funny if we just accidentally like insta-resulted our way to winning the league. Then in the recap, I could just play it off. I'm just like, oh, no, we watched those games, honestly. It was real tense-like. I do like that Ron is still forging a career for himself with Stade Rennais. If Boubacar goes to God, can you imagine? I mean, he would barely even get near their team, but that would be quite funny. Right. I think I just put the same lineup out. There's no real reason to change it, is there? There's no one on the bench that desperately needs to come into this team, I wouldn't have thought. No. Do that. Back that. Did I see that a double-barreled striker there? Looked like it. Be curious to see how this does in Insta result. We just lose like 7-0 with the first team squad. We win and Algiers lose. True. Yeah, they have to lose this next game and we have to win this. And then we'd also have to, like, we have to beat them on the final day away from home as well. I think we'll probably draw this game, by the way, and that will kill any hopes we had anyway. This will be like a random 2-all draw. 1-all draw instead. Nikolic is injured. I imagine this is a broken leg. Angers look to have won as well. Yes, they have. Okay, so they're champions. We're officially where we are. Nikolic has hurt himself, though, which is a bit of a concern. Bastia did win 4-0, but they're still 8 points behind us. I'm assuming that means Nancy... Obviously, that was us playing against them. Oh, good luck. It's fine. Only the entire team got injured. That's always why I worry about those games, because I sometimes worry that your assistant, when they take over these games, technically they're not even your assistant, but they just refuse to take players off. And you end up with all these random injuries. Luckily, most of those injuries were short-term, with the exception of Nikolic. I can start Sven for the last game, yeah? Record high points total. Love to see it. I guess we got one more point there, didn't we? At least they can't catch us. We're just in our own little bubble. We're in footballing no man's land is where we currently exist. There'll be some fucking... So I might just do a free... I was going to say, I might just do a free Harold Bishop Ultras if we sign Swiston. Barnetche set to sign for Sochaux. Oh, we've pulled one off right there. We have absolutely... He could be... The fact that Liverpool and Napoli wanted this guy, he's got Swiss caps at 18. Oh my goodness. Fairly professional personality. That's the only thing that could concern him. Literally. That's the only thing about him that is bad, I would say. Obviously, we have to train him as a shadow striker, but that won't take long. God, he's good. If we can... That might be... I'm trying to think of buys that are better. And Cube is probably a better buy, particularly in hindsight. And probably Raul as well, considering we actually did pay for Raul. Those are probably the only two I would say that are better. Yeah, Napoli would just have to buy him off of us for Mbala. Possibly Mbala. Although Mbala never really made much of an impact for us, ironically. And Cube and Raul. Definitely, for sure. Yeah, let's fuck it. We're doing a Harold Bishop Ultras as a way to finish off now. Amazing. I'll do the Angers game off camera because it's literally meaningless at this point. I like that we don't even have to, like, fucking... we're back to Africa again now. We don't even have to go and hunt for this guy in the summer window. We've already got our guy. Which means we can spend the rest of the summer building out the squad for the other positions that we don't we're nowhere near as much dire need for those players. The summer window will be vibes. We can do all the funky scouting methods. We can try out that thing with Italy and France and all that sort of stuff. There's no giant gaps to fill. We can look at it as a case of us making loads of money for selling a couple of guys, maybe trying to get Nikolic through the door as well, and then just strengthening and signing for youth players, going wonder kid hunting. Damn! And that's going to be coming up on Sunday, which is always fun. Sunday streams are never bad. Nope, that's the budget. So he has actually essentially been taken off of the budget. I don't think it's taken his wage into account. So think of it as £6 million and 67k in wage budget available, roughly. Now, there might be a couple of other guys coming in, actually, that... Oh, that does take into account. Hang on. So, yes, 30k in wage budget is going out. So, it's more like 47. We can move it around a little bit, and obviously, we're going to make some money, too. And we'll be able to bring in 2 new loans from Tenerife next season as well, if they'll still let me. They let them stay here all season, in fairness. Amazing. So, let me just say that there. Firstly, Sunday is going to bang. But that's not the thing. You won't be seeing me again until... Well, you will be seeing me before Sunday. So, we're finishing an hour early today because we've got another stream tonight. 6 o'clock, back here for the League, which is the giant streamer, content creator tournament. Same tactic, but instead, just assume that Comrade Lima is going to be playing every single position. It's... Oh, I didn't do the Ultras. My apologies. One sec, chat. We'll finish with this first so I can... I'm going to find a raid while we do a Harold Bishop Ultras. Hey, Dave, if you love that, you might not like this, but we're going to find out. Chat, you know what to do.
You did.
I have through Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I am through Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, fuck! goodness sake and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
Things you'd love to see. So I will be seeing you lovely folks later this evening, 6 p.m, for some genuine goodness. And I'll see you, the rest of you that maybe can't make it this evening, either in the VODs or over on Sunday with, honestly, one of the most exciting transfer streams I think I've ever been. I don't think I've ever been this hyped for one. It's just everything's falling into place really nicely. Dave, thank you very much for the follow. And Dwight Shroot 3, Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica chat. Yeah, so in roughly 3 hours and 49 minutes from now, that's the plan. 6 o'clock UK time. It's going to be banging. I might be starting a little bit. It'll be around that sort of time. I might start a little bit earlier than that so we can have a little chin wag before we get cracking. But we'll be kicking off pretty damn nicely there as well. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Send you lovely folks over to Mr. Kev because he is just the Donny. And I like raiding that man. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to do the big shop, change my shirt, have some fish, and I'll see you guys very soon. Hold you guys.